What's happening, y'all, man? Y'all already know, man. The broadcast show, Rico and Seyi. I'm assuming Seyi's gonna be here pretty soon. What's good, Sean? My boy Sean first. Try hard game in second. Y'all know it's a lot to talk about, man. I mean, Burgundy and gold alone. Then you had the James Harden trade, Victor Oladipo on the Rockets. You had the Jets. They got the defensive coordinator from the 49ers, solid. The first Middle Eastern American what's it called it, a head coach in NFL history. So shouts out to that. You got Urban Meyer on the Jaguar. It's so much to talk about this evening, man. Can't wait to get into it, bro. We got a lot to talk about. And y'all, when every week, let me know if y'all want to talk Wizards or not, because I haven't kept up to see like if they're doing well or not. So like y'all, that's up to y'all. I'm never gonna be the one to be like, let's talk about it, because I don't want to, bring it up and then y'all be mad or something. What's good, Rich? What's good, Aaron? He said Wizard of Dead. Okay, so that tells me everything I need to know. What's good, Jado? But yeah, man, that's a lot going on for real. We got 9 positive tests on the Wizards alone. I didn't know it was going that crazy. I knew Kyrie, like with him not, showing up to practices and games and stuff, he got suspended and he has to test positive. But I didn't know anybody else was having any like crazy. I know Cat caught COVID recently. That's all I heard about, though. I don't know. I mean, y'all know I haven't paid much attention to basketball. Even with football season done, I'm still full-fledged football till the Super Bowl happens. Said no Wizards. What's up, Rico? Wizards don't even have their starting lineup. It was good, Joanne. Oh, yeah. So then, yeah. All right. So we can definitely talk about everything else then. I mean, with Burgundy and gold, we could do like, we have to talk about the season and review. It's sad the Cat got COVID. Yeah, man. I mean, it's one thing after another for him, bro. It's one thing after another. You should do a video on Trey Lance film. Oh, yeah, that's on the way. I'm going to show people why they sleep. It's going to hit. I'm going to show everybody that's not a Trey Lance believer. Y'all going to be believer after this. Then his mom get COVID and she died from it. His dad had it too, I believe, but he didn't die. But yeah, like he's had mom, dad. I think he's had other family members that have had it too and may have died from it. Like he's gotten hit the hardest more than anybody else outside know that's had it. Like that I've heard of that's had it. I mean, it's like his whole family type of thing. What's good, Big Simple? What's good, man? Patrick West was happening. Rico grade the 2020 season. Well, ended up being a little bit better than what I expected. But I told y'all 7. What did I say? 7-9, 6-10. What's to call it? That's what I predicted. Even like when we were 1-4, I think we were like what 2-6 or something. I was like, or 2-7. I was like, bro, it's not that bad. We just gone against good teams who have terrible quarterback play, but the team is very talented. And I'm glad everybody else is starting to see what I was talking about since July. I was saying with the new coaches, new players, we're going to be good. It's just going to take a long time for everybody to get right. Chemistry and nuance and all that type of stuff. It was going to take a while. It's going to take a while for Scott Turner to learn how to run his very own offense. This is technically his rookie offensive coordinating season. Ron Rivera has to get a feel for all of his players. Jack Del Rio had to learn which of his defensive players, what they're best at, what they're not best at, and learn how to work them in and out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. People stay sleeping on Trey, but they're gonna wake up. What's good, Steve? Hey, we not about to do all this fighting this evening. Hold on. Y'all can give me about 2 hours, right? Come here. No. I'm separating y'all. Come here, Aja, come here. I'm separating y'all. Nope, let him have the bone. We played one game this week, won by 25, and we got COVID after that. Oh, that's wild. Well, then it sounds like y'all was starting to bounce back then. What's good, Joan? Erica? I can't remember the exact profile that you really are. You just on that profile. I can't remember the name, but I know who you are. What's good, Mill? My boy TMS. Yes, sir. Big Coolin. Yes, sir. Roger Goodell. In my opinion, Rico is a seasoned guru. Bro, I try, bro. He said very loose 7 p.m. When did it become 7? Oh, you're in Texas. I forgot. I started at 8. I started at 8:00. Gardner Minshew better than Lance? Nah, it ain't no way. Deshaun rumors want out us. You think? I doubt it's us, but I would love to have him. I'd give up a lot. For him, but I just doubt it's us. You know what I mean? Sub Jones. I might do YouTube. Stay tuned. Rich, I encourage everybody to do it. I think everybody in this chat should at least start a YouTube channel. I mean, Big Simple already on. Big Simple, the most hype burgundy and gold fan out here doing it. If y'all don't know my boy Big Simple, that's off top. You know what I'm saying? But I think everybody in this chat should do it. King Sean has his channel, his gaming channel. I think everybody should do a YouTube channel. I don't see why not. Whatever you like doing, do a YouTube channel on. If you like cooking, if you like, we all like burgundy and gold. It can never be too many of us. I mean, y'all like the Wizards. Y'all can talk about, I mean, anything. Gaming. If you like architecture, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I feel like whatever you're doing as a hobby, you might as well do it on camera for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Do you like Urban Meyer signing? I think that's a good signing. He's a culture guy. He brings culture. I mean, his recruiting was fantastic at Ohio State. So I just feel like he can bring something similar to that as far as team building, free agency, scouting, player evaluation. He could bring that to Ohio State because like Ohio State didn't necessarily get all of the 5 stars. He just knew which 4 stars and 3 stars to get because he could look at exactly what they were good at. And he'd be like, okay, this guy's going to be great at this and things like that. Like he didn't just take the obvious, everybody wants some 5 stars that Georgia, Alabama, USC used to get, Miami used to get, all that type of stuff. He like got specifically the guys he knew that would be great. So he's a good talent evaluator because it wouldn't even be somebody that's 5 stars that'd be balling. Let me see where we at. What's good, J Mon? What's happening? The Shazer at starter, free safety. It can work. I prefer not to. I love the fact that he heavy hits, but he's not this single high, deep safety, rangy guy that I want. But I mean, I do like DeShazer Everett. I love him as a backup combo safety that can literally play free safety and strong safety. Kind of like a baby DeShazer Everett. Almost all the games postponed. Really? I didn't know it was that out of whack. I don't know. That Seyi gonna have to come in here and talk about that because I haven't paid attention to basketball yet. I mean, again, I'll pull up to watch some of Anthony Edwards play, but even then, I haven't watched the full Timberwolves game. I haven't even watched the full Timberwolves quarter. I'll just pull up if he's in the game, stay and watch a little bit. If he's not in the game, I'll just leave. And I don't even feel like waiting for him to come into the game. Let me see, make sure everybody we live. Where's our garbage? Let me bring on my boy Shay. What's good, Shay?
What's up, Rico? Nice glasses.
Appreciate that, man. You already know, man. We got all of them in the back. Prescriptions, Zenni Optical.
Okay, I gotta get my new batch of glasses too.
Yes, sir, man. Check to make sure they have a sale.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, what's up, everybody in the chat? What's up?
Apkey, the worst DB I've ever seen. Do you think the draft is gonna be virtual? I'd be surprised if it isn't. I mean, it works so well. They got views, and yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk.
Roger Goodell's house again.
Yeah, that was a little weird. That little living room, office room he had, there was extra. I just remember it being wood everywhere, just brown wood everywhere. It wasn't fun. It felt really warm in there, and I didn't like that. But it worked out virtually, like being able to see everybody with their families and how they act for real, and not just at the draft, like with a super suit on, trying to act, super conformed and stuff like that. Everybody was more themselves. Because who was that with the girlfriend had his phone and he took it back or something like that? That wouldn't have happened at the draft, like actually physically being at the draft in the stadium or whatever.
Tree in the comments. What's up, Jamon? Hey, Miss Nikki. Shay on Black People timing. Ain't punctual at all. Yeah, sorry for the wait like so fast. That's all I gotta say.
Good, man. He good. We here, man. We here. And yeah, Big Simple. That's what I'm saying, bro. Make a YouTube channel on whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? If you like watching horror films, start watching horror films like Craig's Kitchen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anything. You never know. You might just blow up off that random video. You never know. Oh yeah, well, CD Lamb. Yeah. Why know we not building around Bill? What was the point of Westbrook and his hideous contract? It was good, Armand.
What did I tell y'all? That's all I'm saying. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all this might happen. And y'all didn't listen. Now you got that big contract. Honestly, John Wall's a better player at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know what's going on with people coming back from injury, and it's like they never got hurt. It's crazy. It's really wild. With KD, John Wall, I mean, they came back as if they never missed a beat. It's like their legs are bionic now. Like, it's, if anything, it got better since before they got hurt type of thing. It's crazy. And John Wall shooting more, too. Wait, what? Is Shay okay? He's frozen for me. Am I frozen or Shay frozen? Let me see. Bring him back. I don't know what happened to Seyi. Somebody pray for my boy. Somebody pray for my boy. She said Goodell gonna be drunk again, bro. I just didn't like how warm his room looked. It was just too brown. It just looked like he had a fireplace going and it was just hot. I didn't like it. It wasn't the vibe I was looking for. He said Seyi was on McDonald's wife. Seyi was from. Okay, so I had to make sure it wasn't me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave a link to my latest channel. Yeah, King Sean, definitely plug yourself. Would you get Alfred Morris in free agency? Has lost cover. Nah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I mean, if he's really cheap, if he goes for a veteran minimum, at least bring him in to compete, I guess. But I don't know. I don't really love Alfred Morris. I mean, I love the nostalgia. I love what he did for us 2012. But like, I don't know. I just don't think he's that great anymore. I think that Giants game was just more so our defense sucked. Oh, let me bring Seyi back on. There we go. My boy Seyi.
The Wi-Fi in this house is like literally on the opposite side of this house. This is why I always have a bad connection. So I just had to switch it up.
Wait, so my last semester in my Avid class, what is Avid? We were very quiet to write. This semester we got some students, so the cheerleader girls who talk all the time. Wait, what is Avid though? You lost me. I don't know what Avid is.
We had Avid in my high school. It's about, I think it's about something about keeping organized, something like that. I forgot. I know I was never in those classes.
We're doing some games assignments to get to know each other. I have a feeling Bucks will get paddled. I won't be surprised. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know Avid. You lost me. Everyone seems to be a personal fan of Taylor Heineke now on the ground.
Yo, I didn't know he was from Atlanta.
He from Gwinnett, but yeah. Yeah, born and raised Gwinnett. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, he's still from Georgia at the end of the day, so I rock with him. Now that that little MAGA stuff, we can. I haven't dove into it. Like I heard about it, but I haven't seen. Like, hey, yeah, Rich, that Metro Boomin make it boom is ridiculous. I'm not sure if anybody's seen that meme, but Metro Boomin made like an R&B song, and he was basically saying Metro Boomin make it boom. He was singing it, and it's just all the different faces being sad and disappointed, bro. It's hilarious, bro. I gotta find it. Hold on. I wish y'all could hear it, bro, because that song is terrible. Advanced placement via individual determination. So is that advancement? So that's not magnet, AP, or tag. It's like beyond that. Like it's separate. Because I'm lost on that. Capitals of Bowling was the best TCC. Let me go try to see if I can find it, bro. Because that was funny, bro. Metro Boom and Make It Boom was really bad. Like inexcusable. Hold on, let me find it. Metro. I forgot where I saw it. Instagram or Twitter. Make It Boom. But that song was horrible, bro. Hey, boogie. Taylor, but so is Del Rio. As long as they not Quanin freaks. One of the games was we would answer a question about how you stay motivated, and what would you say to a friend who struggles with that? Boy, y'all like in the 5th grade? What is that? It's a college readiness. No, that's a 6th grade readiness.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
What? Boy, that's a yeah, that sounds like church or going into the 6th grade. That's not college. You're not about to do none of that in college. I don't understand what that is. Hold on, what's that Metro Boomin? Oh, it was A Boogie with the hoodie. Oh, and so that was the tag. It wasn't the whole song. It was just a tag, y'all are saying. Boy, that tag was terrible, bro. Oh, that was A Boogie that said it. Oh, so A Boogie said it. Oh, that makes it even worse. A Boogie said Metro Boomin makes it boom on an R&B song with like a nice little beat and everything. I'm not feeling that. I'm not a big fan of that. I gotta find the meme though, because they had the meme with it and everybody was just mad. Everybody was like, nah, this ain't it type of thing. It was Fun Friday and we were trying to get to know each other. But that's literally sound like 6th grade. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. And you might have like they did that like Henley when I first moved in, like the sophomore year, I had to do that. Do some like little icebreaker or something like that.
I think that's what we met, right?
Yeah, literally where I first seen Seyi. They had us do some little icebreaker or whatever, something like that. But that's not something common. That's more middle school than anything else. Yeah, that Metro Boom make it boom ain't it, bro. Metro Boom and make it boom. Like that's not it. Would you take Levante David? Yes, sir. For $13 million a year. I'd do that in a heartbeat because that's what Spot Track says that he's probably gonna ask for, what he's probably worth, and I'll do that in a heartbeat. Especially for like Alex Smith is if you release Alex Smith, we save 15 mil. You spend 13 of that mil per year on Levante David. You still have 2 mil left. How do you lose with that? You know what I'm saying? Now I don't think it's likely Levante David, but I would love to get him.
Do you see Alex Smith playing another down in the NFL?
Oh, no. There ain't no way his wife letting him leave the house no more. He can't even get groceries. He can't even hang out with his friends after this. He's not. Alex Smith is not leaving the house. He may be able to get some type of coaching or administrative position, something. I want him involved in the organization. I just don't want him anywhere near the field on Sundays. Rico, would you sign court again? Like I said in Pedro's stream, or you may not have been there. Pedro was just streaming. I was there at 7 something. Or was that 8? Was that 7? No, it was 6 something. 6 something. What's it called? I said I haven't like really kept tabs on Corey Davis. Like I haven't watched him, to be honest. Like
he's been this. I think this has been his best season so far in his career.
And how good is it? Like, is he? Because I remember him coming out the draft.
It wasn't a 1,000-yard season. Let me check the stats. I don't think it was a 1,000-yard season, but definitely his best one of his career so far. But it looked like I think the potential is still there with him. It's just that he has to put it all together. Like you see the natural talent with Corey Davis. I mean, AJ Brown is still better. That's the thing. He looks like a solid number 2 to me. Yeah, 65,
that's what we need.
984 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. He's been showing flashes. Yeah,
that's literally what we need.
Number 2. With the potential
he was
to be
a
number
disappointment. 1. He was a disappointment in the first 2 years, man. I was like, oh no, I stopped keeping track of him. That's why I didn't know he was doing so well this season.
But then again, you don't know how much of it now because Atlanta just hired this coach. His name is like Arthur Smith, I think.
Yeah, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and he revived his career, and also they say he's credit for Derrick Henry being so good. Remember when Derrick Henry, like his first couple of years in the league, he was just like mostly a touchdown back.
Yeah, bring him in and raise up with goal lines and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's the best back in the NFL.
That's literally why he got a head coaching job. And they're like, all right, we tried defensive-minded head coach and Dan Quinn. We're going to go offensive-minded. Yeah.
They needed offense finally. No, I think that's a good hiring for Atlanta. Like the fans are not automatically going to gravitate towards him because one, they don't know about him, and 2, he's not a black coach because Atlanta fans want a black quarterback and a black coach, and we all know that from being here. So, I think that's a good. But yeah, Corey Davis.
He keep freezing.
I think it's going to be a good signing. Is it keep freezing on my end or your end?
I don't know. You were freezing for me, but you're good now though. It's just like a little small middle. Hey, yo, hey, come here. Nope, now you're on punishment again. Let me see. One of the responses was something sad, then crying. They said, Kai, and I was sit back and don't say nothing but mean I'm depressed. Wait, what? What? Any good offensive lineman? There's a lot of good offensive linemen available. I mean, Larry Warford opted out. I would love Seyi's left guard, Joe Thuney. I would love him. I mean, I would do backflips to get him in free agency. There's a bunch of offensive linemen. I mean, technically Trent Williams just did the 49ers dirty. He's basically saying, I'm not going to resign with y'all. He promised to resign with them when they traded for him, and then now he's looking like he may not. And that's why people were talking about maybe him coming back to play for Ron Rivera. I don't see it happening, but I'll do it. He did a Kyrie, basically. The slot wide receiver is great speed. It's pretty good route running, good wide receiver too. Okay. Ryan Anderson's definitely gone. Oh, yeah, of course. We can't go QB 19, who you want. Maybe Kyle Pitts. If he makes it that far, I don't know. I'm not in love with anybody outside of the quarterbacks. I mean, again, I haven't watched a lot of film, so I don't know.
Joe Thuney's a restricted free agent.
Is he really?
I'm asking you. Like,
I hope not. Wait a minute.
How many years he been in the league? I hope so, because look, we know we ain't resigning him. I already know we ain't resigning him, so we need a draft.
You want that? Yeah, I was about to say you want that draft pick. Let me look at Joe Thuney.
We need a second round pick at minimum for him.
Oh, I can't listen to Wyatt and Lucci after what he did. We went straight past that. He is I'm saying and instead of A because I'm hoping it's unrestricted. And not A and he is an unrestricted free agent. Yes. Yeah, yes.
Better sign him then.
Yeah, Joe Thuney's a dog, bro. Y'all got y'all one with him. If y'all can re-sign him, just like I don't want to bank on getting all of these guys because what if the Bears franchise tag Allen Robinson at the worst? Just like with Anthony Harris and Justin Simmons at free safety with the Vikings and the Broncos. What if they get franchise tagged again? Or if Levante David gets franchise tagged by the Buccaneers? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to get my hopes up too high for a lot of these, but
you know what?
Hey, I'm down to get in
franchise tag. We need to do a franchise tag.
That's what you need.
Defense, get our defense back from opting out. We will be good.
You're not gonna franchise tag Cam Newton? You're not gonna you're not gonna use your franchise tag on Cam Newton?
That's funny. That's funny. And Stephon Gilmore, I love Stephon Gilmore, but hey, he could go. It's fine with me. He can go. I'd rather have Joe Thuney than Stephon Gilmore. We can replace corner easier than we can replace our offensive lineman.
Bro, especially somebody that good at guard, bro. Like that's not often. We spent like a 5th overall pick to get Brandon Sheriff. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just not easy to find. Quentin Nelson went like 4th or 5th overall in his draft. Like it's just not. You would think a guard would be easier to find, but it's really not. It's really not out here. It's really a struggle.
Yeah.
That's why the Saints struggled a little bit after Larry Warford opted out. Like that's what their offensive line was still pretty good, but it wasn't the same. Rico, would you take AJ Brown or Tyler Lockett? I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to Tennessee receivers. So I don't exactly know how good AJ Brown is. I know I love Tyler Lockett though. I watch a lot of Seahawks. So I don't know. By default, I want to say Tyler Lockett, but I don't want to be wrong. And AJ Brown is really out here balling. I hear about AJ Brown balling every week, but I haven't seen it. I don't have him in fantasy. So I just don't really pay attention to him as much as I would to Tyler Lockett, who I do have in fantasy. Okay, yeah, AJ Brown, so AJ Brown is better than Tyler Lockett.
Yeah,
because it seems like AJ Brown is a wide receiver 1. I haven't watched them to know. Get a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the number 1. Corey Davis the number 2, and he plays like number 1. He has the physical.
That's all that matters.
He has the physical like makeup to be a number 1. He's like 220, right?
Coming out of college. Yeah, no, he's huge. I love him coming out of college.
It's crazy how Ole Miss had AJ Brown and DK Metcalf on the same roster.
Bruh, chilling, not winning games.
They didn't win anything.
Not winning games.
I have no idea how.
If we draft Chris Olave, Chris Olave is a nice little Z receiver, maybe, yeah. And Allen Robinson. I doubt we do both, but that'd be nice. Do you like the Saints since you hate the Falcons? No, I don't really like anybody other than the burgundy and gold. Like, I don't like anybody else. I'm just straight burgundy and gold. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend from time to time. So when the Saints play the Falcons, I root for the Saints, of course. But, like, I don't just watch Saints games and root for them against other teams like the Bills or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Except for Alvin Kamara. I wish the best for Alvin Kamara because he's from Atlanta. So I support them because of that, but not necessarily because they're the Saints or they hate the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? Get home, I saw something to Kobe. I was wearing my Kobe hoodie, and teacher said earlier that I would talk, but we got to talk about sports. Was that man Jones okay? I'm lost. Thought I lost connection. So they immediately guessed, and I was like, yeah. Tacos de carnitas
Rico,
tonight.
Give me a second. Let me try to connect to a different Wi-Fi again. So maybe I'll be back in about.
We'll be chilling here.
Because I know
we'll be chilling here.
All right.
He said Rico Ryan Kerrigan said on a podcast that him and Ron Rivera has yet to talk about re-signing him. I'm not surprised. Ryan Kerrigan, I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm gonna do a video on Ryan Kerrigan, Thomas Davis analysis.
Just like that. Okay.
Oh, you straight. You didn't even disconnect. Okay. That was seamless.
You know what? They must I don't know. Someone must have reset the Wi-Fi because now it's back, but it was off for like 5 minutes. So
yeah, it probably reset. Probably reset type thing. Oh. Probably dropped for a second.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm literally working on a video. Ryan Kerrigan, Alex Smith, Thomas Davis, if they're gonna retire or go somewhere else. And Ryan Kerrigan literally said, even beyond what made it even more obvious that he's not coming back is that he said he wants to start next year. Like he literally wants to get paid and start somewhere. That's not happening here. So go ahead and kiss Ryan Kerrigan goodbye. But shouts out to Ryan Kerrigan for doing everything he did for us and dealing with us during our losing seasons. It sucks he's gonna leave once we finally start winning. That kind of sucks. But hey, man, Trent Williams miss us. Dropping, we could trade up, or he might fall to us. I'm just like, when in doubt, trade up if you have to. I mean, again, it's not like you have to be like, all right, Trey Lance may make it to 13th at the furthest. Before the draft, we need to trade up to number 13. No, you need to, like, as picks go on, if he's still available, say at like 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever, then we get on the phone and talk with who has that pick. And, like, you don't need to – I think a lot of people think when we say trade up, and I'm not saying y'all do, but some people think it has to be like a premeditated thing. We need to trade up before the draft or like before the pick is there. But no, you can trade up with that team when they're on the clock to go up and get a Trey Lance. You know what I'm saying? So you can feel for the draft. We don't need to panic and trade up for him before like we even see what happens. We can be at 19 on draft day and still be 19 like with when we're on pick 13 and then trade up then if we need to. You know what I'm saying? Depends on how the draft falls. Ryan Kerrigan's probably gone. No, Ryan Kerrigan is gone, like for sure. I'm doing a video on it and everything.
I'll let you know. Trey Lance isn't falling past 15. He is not.
Oh yeah, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know that. I talk with my boy Bill. He said he's getting them.
He's not making it past the Patriots for sure. And plus, I retweeted like somebody like pointed out that any quarterback that's gone between 13 to 25 since 2011 has not worked out at all. Like people haven't even been decent. They've just been
Christian
straight
Ponder, Dwayne Haskins.
Bro, it was like four or five of them. Boy,
Paxton Lynch.
And it's the logic of if you really love a quarterback, if you feel like they're your franchise guy, it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. If the Buccaneers and the Saints and everybody thinks that Trey Lance is not a first-round quarterback, it doesn't matter. If you think he's worth winning a Super Bowl with to go get and all of that, you trade up to get him. Even if everybody else thinks he's not a first-round quarterback or whatever, if you feel like he is, you go get him.
Patrick Mahomes was considered a reach at the time the Chiefs got him. He was supposed to go in the late first round, but Chiefs were so sure of him. And I mean, look at today. But yeah, usually the quarterbacks that get drafted 13 to 25 are usually like second or third round projected, but teams are just reaching because they need a quarterback. Drew Lock also a perfect example of that.
And it's just the fact that
it's
the fact that you're the 15th pick and you're content with taking whatever quarterback falls to you means you're not in love with any particular one. That means they didn't just personally scout one and be like, oh yeah, this is our guy. This is how we're going to build our offense around him. These are the plays we're going to run. These are the formations we're going to run. If a quarterback just falls to you at 15, you're like, oh, okay, well, he's here. Might as well take him. And now let's build like an offense around him to make it work. But that's kind of forcing it. It's not like you saw him at the combine and you were like, oh yeah, this is our guy. It's not like you had dinner with him outside of the combine. It's not like you like just monitor his pro day like that. Like if you love a quarterback, you tend to go up and get him, because if you love him that much, you assume somebody else out of the other 31 teams also loves him and you're willing to trade up to go get him. But again, if you're just sitting back like, oh, I got the 19th pick, whatever quarterback falls to us, whatever, that means you don't truly love him. And then at that point, don't take him. I love Trey Lance, but it's starting to look like if we're not willing to trade up for him, that means we don't love him. And if you don't love him, they're not going to put their all into making sure he works. But I think they will, though. I honestly think, I mean, even though I'm a Trey Lance guy, just being objective with how Trey Lance could literally be Cam Newton, a faster Cam Newton, or more accurate Cam Newton. I just don't see how Ron Rivera and Scott Turner, who's, you know, the son of Norv Turner, that, you know, got Cam Newton to be as good as he was, how they don't want to go get a Trey Lance who's basically a Cam Newton clone. Like, I just don't, just a faster Cam Newton, kind of. A little bit more polished coming out of college. So Cam Newton was really raw coming out of college compared to Trey Lance is fairly raw, and I know he only started 1 year, but if you actually look at his traits, he's more accurate. His footwork is more consistent, all of that type of stuff. His throwing release is quicker.
So I was listening to the NFL GM podcast on The Athletic, and one of the hosts, he was saying that he already knew Dwayne Haskins was going to be he wasn't going to be ready for the NFL, because he was charging people at the bowling alley. Remember that? Remember when we were doing that?
I remember it. I remember that.
But he said just because he was doing that, he knew he didn't have his priorities in order. Just because he was doing that.
It was really random. I didn't look into it too much back then, but now that I look back, it's just like He said they cheated 7 touchdowns out of Kamara. Yeah, they hated on my boy, man. They really did. He said, "How is somebody said Trey Lance is slow? Trey Lance is not slow. He's gonna literally be top 7 quarterback in speed when he gets drafted. It's like literally like he's faster than Josh Allen, faster than Pat Mahomes. He's not as fast as Lamar Jackson, but he's not far off. He's not as fast as Kyler Murray, but he's not far off. Oh wait, yeah,
is he faster than Daniel Jones? That's the question.
Daniel Jones has, I guess, the top speed. What does he have? So what is Daniel Jones' problem? He has like the lowest acceleration. He has top speed, but the slowest acceleration. Is that how that works? Like how? Because he is technically one of the fastest quarterbacks in the NFL, but it doesn't look like it when he's in the pocket or scrambling. But once he gets like a full field, then he's fast. I don't know how that works. If you can explain Daniel Jones,
he got the long legs.
That man has 93 speed and 65 acceleration. That's the only explanation. And like 65 agility. Because there's no other way. There's no other way. But Trey Lance, once he's drafted, he's literally going to be like top 7, potentially possibly even top 5 fastest quarterbacks in the NFL. And then with that arm and the release, that release that everybody was just Jimmy Garoppolo, Aaron Rodgers like release, throws it in the blink of an eye type of thing. Trey Lance has that too. I mean, he just has all of these traits that you can't teach people. And I'm like, bro, we pay these coaches millions of dollars. And if they need to be able to develop this guy, there's no way they shouldn't be able to. If Josh Allen came out of college worse than Trey Lance in every way, that Trey Lance every problem people have with Trey Lance, Josh Allen was even worse than that coming out of college. And look at Josh Allen now.
Guys like Trey Lance, they gotta cut like 10% to Josh Allen because how good Josh Allen is doing. Quarterbacks similar to him, like project quarterbacks, like big athletic quarterbacks that don't have as much college production or at least as much productive college production, they're going to get drafted higher because of a Josh Allen, and because of a Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is good in college too, but they have those physical skill sets. They're going to be drafted higher just because of them. Because even if they come out raw, they were like, hey, if Josh Allen could turn out this way after how bad he was his rookie year, Trey Lance could turn out this way too.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Mahomes sat for literally 15 games. He only started one game because they already had the playoffs like secured. Josh Allen was terrible his first year. He got better his second year, but he was nowhere near this good. And then he's finally he became great. So these guys, Trey Lance may take a year or two to get right, but once you get him right, there's no way he can't be great. I mean, honestly, if you pay me a Happy Meal, I can design an offense that makes Trey Lance work. I mean, you can pay me a Happy Meals. There's no way with somebody with that much speed. I would say like he's like 90% Lamar Jackson speed. He may not be Lamar Jackson agility, but who is? He has an arm strength almost to Josh Allen's. I would say like 95%. He's going to have a top 10 arm when he hits the NFL. He has the speed. He has the strength that Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray don't have. They don't have the durability and the strength to take as many hits as a Trey Lance can or like a Josh Allen. I just don't see how you can't make that work. I just honestly, the release is there. The footwork is there. Even if, I know that one time he started this year, it didn't look too good, but like the fact that like from his first game starting 2 years ago to his last game, you see him improve in every way. You see his footwork is better. His ability to read the field is better. His accuracy improved somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see steps of him improving. I project him to do the same thing when he gets to the NFL level. Because at the very least, if somebody is improving steadily over the course of a season, you can see that they're willing to put in the work and they're teachable. And Trey Lance is definitely teachable. So when the Super Bowl rookie Trey Lance, Antonio get yeah, man. Yeah, you pay me a Happy Meals, I can get Trey Lance to work. I don't see how you can. You have to be lazy to not be able to get Trey Lance to work.
Did you play on rookie mode?
Now we about to take it up there, man. Now, but I don't know about Trey Lance in his rookie season, though. Again, I'm cool with him sitting for a year if he has to, because Pat Mahomes sat for a year. Josh Allen, and also the Josh Allen effect, even though it's kind of off topic, that's the same effect that Russell Wilson has had. Nobody's drafting a Russell Wilson outside of the top 10 draft picks, top 10 overall ever again. Never, because he was great in college. They only let him slide as far as he did. It was the third round because of his height. Now you see Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray going number 1 overall. So you're never getting a Russell Wilson outside of the top 10 in the first round ever again. Teams will never make that mistake again. And just like Seyi said, I think it's the same thing with Josh Allen now. It's the Josh Allen effect. You get your big arm mobile quarterback and you figure it out later. You get this not even extremely, just relatively raw guy with all of the traits to be a great quarterback, and you figure it out. You design an offense around him. And I just don't see how it won't work.
So what has Mitch Trubisky and Sam Darnold do to hurt quarterbacks similar to them coming in the draft? Because Mitch Trubisky, he's not as big as Josh Allen or Trey Lance, but he's like that athletic quarterback, but doesn't have the arm as them either. But what has like those two quarterbacks, him and Sam Darnold, do to affect quarterbacks similar to them?
I don't know, man.
Quarterbacks from USC.
I was about to say, I don't know, because Trey Lance is not that big. Trey Lance is way faster than Darnold and Trubisky. And Sam Darnold has underrated athleticism. He's not just this stick in the pocket, statue in the pocket.
He's a little mobile.
But Trey Lance is different though. Trey Lance is closer to Lamar Jackson than he is to a Sam Darnold. So I'm glad Trey Lance isn't included in that pile of that mold of quarterback. But yeah, Sam Darnold and Mitch Trubisky, hey man, you miss some, you lose some, you win some. I mean, but coming out of college, they had turnover problems coming out of college. Both of them were turnover prone. Trey Lance is not turnover prone. He literally went an entire season without throwing one. So like that doesn't even apply to him also.
But then you also have the Justin Herbert effect in that listening to the NFL GM podcast too, they were saying that the grading Tua and Herbert, how what they kind of didn't like understand at the time was that they were so high on Tua, but they forget that Tua had Jerry Jeudy,
all of the weapons,
Waddle, Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, all in the same team with that running game too. Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris, who else? Damian Harris, all on the same team. That offensive line as well. While Justin Herbert, who did Justin Herbert have?
Nobody. And that I always keep saying that with Trey Lance's competition, he didn't play against anybody, but who did he have on his team to throw to and stuff like that? Literally Justin Herbert.
One was one of the best quarterbacks in college football. You know, I guess you could say that with Justin Herbert too, but Justin Herbert struggled in that final year in Oregon before he went to the draft. So Justin Herbert fell because of that. But no one factored that in with Justin Herbert. So everybody's surprised to see Justin Herbert had this year, but no, he has NFL caliber players now. While Tua, you can argue that what he had in Alabama is better than anything he has in Miami. Right now.
I'm pretty sure he would take Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Henry Ruggs over his current wide receiver core that he has in Miami. Yeah, bro.
I'm saying
it's like
college versions of them are better than the NFL versions of players he has right now, aside of Devontae Parker, who's only played like 2 games a season.
Justin Herbert had Jeremy Sprinkles at wide receiver. And Trey Lance basically kind of did too. It may not have been as bad because, bro, I don't know. Justin Herbert, his offensive line was bad. His offensive coordinator was bad. His receivers were bad. And then, like, the whole, I keep saying this, but the Ohio State quarterback stigma, the Ohio State offense prepares you for the NFL better than Oregon's does. Like Oregon's is straight gimmicks all the way through, just up and down gimmicks. Remember Michael James at running back? Like it's just straight gimmicks, like just nothing but gimmicks. So people talk about Ohio State not preparing quarterbacks for the NFL. Oregon's even worse. I mean, they go against worse defenses, which makes it harder for you to adjust to the NFL level of defense than Ohio State does. I mean, it's just in every way Oregon's offense prepares you less for the NFL. And it's amazing that Justin Herbert's doing this, but at the end of the day, he had the traits. He's literally Josh Allen, Trey Lance, where he has the size, he has the mobility, he has the arm and everything. And you just got to scout the traits and not just scout straight production and what he did and stuff like that, and his inconsistencies and stuff.
And also, what doesn't hurt Justin Herbert? What hurts Justin Herbert is Pac-12 quarterbacks in general because of the things you mentioned. They just don't do good in the NFL. We just mentioned Sam Darnold. We got Josh Rosen. Like usually, Pac-12 quarterbacks are not too good in the NFL. And I'm not calling Tua a bust just yet, but I just feel like Tua may have been a little bit overrated. I know he came off that injury. He came off that hip injury, but still, even before that, he probably probably would have had a similar season. He probably would have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we try to project quarterbacks and talk about how the guys that don't have weapons, like what competition did they go against? But then you also have to fight back with what weapons did they have to throw to? Was their offensive coordinator even smart enough to design the right offense around them? Then you have Tua, who's balling out in all of these stats. And I still believe Tua is talented, like you're saying, but injuries are hurting him. And then he's just, his level of talent going from college to NFL decreased, if anything. And so he just has to adjust to that. He's used to having the best players on both sides of the ball all up and down the field. He's used to having he's used to his offensive line being better than the opposing defensive line. He's used to his receivers being better than the opposing cornerbacks and safeties. And so he has to adjust to that. Whereas Trey Lance and Josh Allen and Justin Herbert had to get it out the mud. They were the offense. It was literally them and nothing else type of thing. And yeah, I think I take that. I will take that.
It's talking about, they're saying just watching Tua, like he just doesn't know the difference between college open and NFL open. He's so used to college open because he had those elite receivers. Now he needs to learn NFL open. Thing is, Justin Herbert knew NFL open in college because his receivers were getting that separation.
His receivers were getting amped up. His receivers were getting hemmed up in college, bro. He had to throw miracle throws to throw it in there. But I can admit I was wrong on Justin Herbert, because even with that terrible offensive line, terrible receivers, terrible coaching, I was like, bro, I don't know, he just seemed inaccurate. But again, the windows were smaller than what Tua had. So, I mean, I was wrong on him, but I'm not going to be wrong on Trey Lance. That's the best way to put it. I was wrong on Herbert. I was wrong on Josh Allen. I'm not doing it again with Trey Lance. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Should we put the red flag on Alabama quarterbacks too? Because is there been any Alabama quarterback that's been successful? You had your AJ McCarron.
AJ McCarron.
And I thought you would at least be a backup in the NFL. I never thought he was going to be a starter, but I thought it would be a second string quarterback. He's not even that. At least I don't think he's that.
I don't know where he is right now. Boy, that's a Google search right there.
Who else? McElroy, I think that was his name.
The fact that we're struggling, they be winning all these championships. We can't remember who won them. We can't remember who won. Yeah, Alabama quarterback, bro.
The most successful Alabama quarterback right now is Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. I was with Jalen Hurts
in his final year, but he didn't. But you can argue. Well, he went to Oklahoma and he got much better in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
and that prepared him for the NFL.
And I'm not as high on Jalen Hurts as everybody else. He's a bad decision maker, turnover prone. I mean, again, like you said, he has that winning gene. Like, it just seems like you can always believe in him to win. But me personally, I'm not scared of Jalen Hurts. Like, I'm more afraid of Zach Wilson or Trey Lance or Justin Fields going into this division than Jalen Hurts staying in it.
I just feel like with that determination he has, he's just going to improve a lot more than the average quarterback that has those faults. That's why I like Jalen Hurts.
Like, he has like a 90 overall potential versus just off of that, his determination, though, his work ethic, and always believing in himself. Like, he has that Baker Mayfield, you want to run through a wall for him type of gene, type of thing. Deshaun Watson type of thing. I see that.
I wasn't too high on Deshaun Watson coming out the draft. Like, Deshaun Watson was amazing in college. I just didn't think
winning he was gene.
It's good.
That was literally it. Deshaun Watson doesn't have the strongest. Yeah, he doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not even the most accurate. But it's just that winning gene thing. I don't know. Yeah, Jalen Hurts could be Deshaun Watson. Yeah, because coming out of college, nobody thought Deshaun Watson.
I'm not saying he's going to be Deshaun Watson good, but I thought it's going to be at least the same
logic.
NFL.
Yeah, the same logic.
Yeah,
that winning gene. That
normally,
what do they call it? What do they call it? The traits, some outside traits, it's something called like that. Yeah, intangibles. There we go. The intangibles. maybe the intangibles can carry him. But like I said, I'm not doing the Justin Herbert and Josh Allen mistake again, where I thought they wouldn't be as good as they were. And that's crazy too, because I'm always the guy that scouts traits. I look at potential, I look at athleticism, I look at you can mold this clay, and I was like, bro, Justin Herbert just doesn't look like he can do that. I don't think Josh Allen will be able to do that, because Josh Allen was one of the least accurate quarterbacks I've ever seen come out of college that's end up being good. But yeah, I'm not doing it again with Trey Lance, because Trey Lance
like the 50% completion percentage from what I remember.
Trey Lance literally looks better than Josh Allen and Justin Herbert coming out of college. I'm sorry, I can't let that happen again. I'm not making that mistake again if I'm Ron Rivera and Scott Turner. But again, I just think they like him too. honestly, because he's literally what they had in Cam Newton, but just a little bit faster and a little bit more polished coming out of college. Cam Newton wasn't that polished. That's why it took him a year or two to get right. Trey Lance may need a year or two to catch up to NFL speed, but like he's fairly polished. He needs to work on his footwork mechanics a little bit, his accuracy a little bit, but he's not as raw as Cam Newton or Josh Allen coming out of college, period. He's not that raw. He's raw, but he's not that raw. And yeah, man, this whole Alabama thing is hilarious.
Jamon or Jamon, I'm probably always going to mispronounce your name, but Jamon, okay. So said, did JT Barrett ever make it to the NFL? Did he? If he did, was it a different position? It wasn't quarterback, was it?
If he did, it didn't matter. If it did, if we don't remember, it didn't matter. Oh yeah, and Cam Newton did go the JUCO route, but if you think about it, technically Cam only really started one season. I mean, unless you want to consider that JUCO, whatever that was, where he was playing for that obscure school. Technically, Cam Newton was a one-year starter. And he came
highlights about that? Can we find his highlights in JUCO?
I watched the documentary because that's my Atlanta boy.
I saw that. I saw a documentary, but like actually like whole games.
I've never watched a full game of wherever he played at. It was somewhere in like North Carolina, somewhere random, somewhere not in Atlanta, I think. Jalen Hurts will work in Scott Turner's offense. I agree. I think we need some mobility. That's why, as bad as Kyle Allen is, I believe he is, our offense just looked way better with him and more explosive because he was mobile and was willing to throw it at least relatively deep. And then Taylor Heinicke was literally Kyle Allen, but literally better at everything in life. And that's why our offense looks so great. And Taylor Heinicke isn't even – Trey Lance is more, talented. He has more potential. He's faster, stronger arm, and all of that. And I think we'll just end up being really good if we just – Taylor Heinicke starting, Trey Lance behind him learning for a year or two. Actually, Jalen Hurts will work, and Scott, yeah, that's why I agree. It's undrafted. Once Ron and Scott have an interview with Lance, they're bound to trade up for him. I hope so. I heard that. What's good, Smokes? Here to handle this phone. Are you good? You good? We need a mobile quarterback real bad. Yeah. Go ahead. And first of all, I don't like Mac Jones. I hate the Mac Jones Kyle Trask, the DC thing. I don't like it. But you might as well go ahead and get it out of your head that we're getting one of those guys. They're not mobile enough to fit our offense. We're not going to go back to how our offense was with Alex Smith and Dwayne Haskins. We're not doing it. As you've seen from Scott Turner with Cam Newton, how it looked with Nerve Turner's offense, how we looked with Kyle Allen, even as much as I don't like him, and Taylor Heinicke looked. We clearly need a mobile quarterback to run our offense to his fullest potential. We're not going Mac Jones or Kyle Trask. At the worst, we'll go like a Jamie Newman, maybe.
Appreciate you, Smokes, by the way. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. That boy Seyi pulled up with the fresh one.
Had to get it today.
Yes, sir.
Got an interview on Monday, so I gotta get a cut.
What you what you interviewing for?
It's a marketing coordinator position. So
where at? What you talking? What we talking?
It's in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta or Tucker. It's in Atlanta or Tucker. So
where's Tucker?
Tucker, Georgia. That's that's not by you. That's about 40 minutes away from you. It's like east of Atlanta, like northeast of Atlanta, but it's deep. It's deep. I really hope it's in Atlanta because Tucker's a drive from where I'm at. But either way, I'll be straight. I'm not sure if it's going to be remote or not. I think I got to ask that during the interview.
Definitely ask that. Let me see. So from near me to Tucker, Georgia,
they probably got their corporate office, and I got to do more research. Probably got their corporate office in Atlanta, and then their actual like place in Tucker. I think because I seen 2 locations.
Boy, Tucker ain't he? I thought it was gonna be way further than that. Tucker sounds like it's like an hour away.
Yeah,
let me do it from where I did it from where I was at. Let me make it more accurate so we can see what we talking. What we talking? It's not that bad. 42 minutes isn't that bad.
Well, with traffic, that's gonna be over an hour, but whatever. It's straight. It's straight. I don't mind driving.
How do you do the little traffic thing? I thought you can make it so you can see like exactly what time you do it so that they can like try to account for traffic.
Yeah, when it says leave now, go back. When it says leave now, press that drop down menu. Yeah.
Part ad. Okay, we're gonna give you Monday. When people are the saddest in traffic.
2 to 3 hours.
when you gotta be there.
I'm not sure yet. I gotta see the hours.
We're gonna say you gotta be there.
Matter of fact, I'm not even sure if I won't get the job yet. Like this is when I go to interviews, I'm never too high or too low. Just go in, just do my research, go in, talk, just go in, do my interview. And you said PM, you didn't say AM, but yeah, I'm just never too high or too low.
Man, I can't do like a little. There ain't no way. I gotta be able to type this in. I was about to say they ain't about to do me like that. I'll do 8 a.m. They're not terrible. 1 hour and 10 minutes.
They lied. I-285.
They lied.
They lied. I doubt that. I-285. You seriously think I-285 is gonna be? They are right. I don't believe that. I do not believe that.
Boy, yeah,
you telling me I gotta? You tell me I gotta go through Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, and I'm not gonna be stuck in traffic? Yeah, right.
Dunwoody is terrible, bruh. Dunwoody is horrible.
You saying I gotta go through that and I won't be stuck in traffic? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
There ain't no way, man. There's no way. That's pretty funny though. Hey, yeah, they lied. Hour and 10 minutes not going. You're not getting that in an hour and 10 minutes.
2 hours and 10 minutes. Hey, I'll be on time though. I'll be on time. You're
gonna leave extra. You're gonna chill around the job if you got to. Just chill out somewhere in a parking lot. Even I don't know. I'm nervous in parking lots, especially in Atlanta. Just sitting in a car, I gotta go somewhere and I'll be in a Chick-fil-A for an hour eating the same one little 4-count chicken mini meal before I'm sitting in a car. Cars are dangerous. Sitting in a car in Atlanta is dangerous, man.
Depends what area of Atlanta I'm in before I do that. Depends what area.
You know, people go to other places to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the hood is some of the most safe places when it comes to stuff like that because people don't do their dirt in their hood. They leave their hood to go do dirt. And then, like, you'd be surprised at who the people. It's not always us, you know. It's like 50-50. It's little teenagers going around any race, going around doing crazy. Atlanta's weird, man. I'm not sure how every place is, but Atlanta is everybody. It's not just who you think. It's not the guy with just the tattoos on his face. It's the little 14-year-old little kid wearing skinny jeans too. Rico, did you see on Twitter that Pro Football Focus said that Mac Jones was the fan favorite? Yeah, it was the fan favorite. I was mad at that. I retweeted it and everything.
Wait, for the Washington fans? Like,
yes, bro. I'm like, what fans did they survey?
Go draft them. That's fine.
It was not us.
Go draft them.
It was not us.
Y'all can't fail to see when you got a transcendent receiver like Devontae Smith. All I saw in that game was Devontae Smith. I didn't see Mac Jones. I just saw Mac Jones just give the ball to him and just
everybody was open, bro. I remember watching it. I was waiting for a dot. I was literally waiting, like I want him to throw to a receiver that's covered really well and just right on the money. I was waiting. I was like, he gonna give me one.
Wait till we see Mac Jones. We talking about Tua. Oh my goodness.
Mac Jones is gonna struggle, bro. I don't get it. I hate the fact that people are enamored with him just because he looks so great in the college championship. So many guys have looked great. Cole McCoy was great in college. Like, come on now. Like, we got to stop with this, man. For real.
Johnny Manziel was one of the best quarterbacks. You know, if he had a better personality, he probably would have been Tim Tebow. You could argue the best college quarterback ever. Oh, Denard Robinson was a beast, though. Like, if he was in today's NFL, they would use him more like Taysom Hill.
Oh yeah. He would literally be Taysom Hill, but better. Like,
he wouldn't be throwing as much probably.
Boy,
but
wobbly ball. Wobbly. I'll never forget the Michigan Notre Dame game. Boy, that was legendary. I can talk about that game for hours because I have friends that are Michigan and Notre Dame. And then, like, my Notre Dame friends sent me, like, the link to their radio station right after the comeback happened, the comeback victory. I think they were down, like, 14 with, like, a few minutes left. And then Michigan ended up coming back. Denard Robinson just throwing wobbly Hail Marys to wide open receivers. And, bro, that radio station was the funniest thing. They were just calling up and just cussing Chip Kelly out. I mean, it was just back to back to back. I was crying laughing, bro. It lasted like 2 hours. It was like a little Notre Dame radio show. That was a legendary night. Isaiah Wright is basically he's literally Antonio Gibson, just less refined. He's not as refined. Like, Antonio Gibson is a more refined running back than Isaiah Wright is a receiver. Like, Isaiah Wright's route running isn't there yet, and that's his main problem. And his hands, he's not as good at concentrating to catch difficult catch. Like, sometimes the ball will be slightly out of like his reach and he gets his hands on it, but he'll drop it. Whereas Terry McLaurin's catching that almost every time. Isaiah Wright doesn't have that yet.
Vince Young would have been good if it wasn't for two words. Jeff Fisher. He would have been good.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. That, and he had mental issues, so he was going through a lot, but
his mental issues weren't as bad as a Jamarcus Russell, though. Like, Jamarcus Russell literally didn't care. Him and Johnny Manziel did not care.
Well, I had a third, like, I was like a teenager, I believe, with Jamarcus Russell, and I had a third-round grade on him. Just from watching LSU games, I had a third-round grade. This is before I realized he was projected number 1 in the draft. I never thought he was that good. I was like, wait, Jamarcus Russell, number 1? I was like, was there anything I missed?
And you ended up being extremely right.
Yeah, it's like I just saw like a guy with a big arm, but wasn't really that mobile. Wasn't accurate. Yeah, he didn't even look like he cared in college. So why is he going to care in the NFL? You can watch that documentary they had of him before the draft about him and his family in his area where he lived, where he stayed, and like it didn't seem like he cared then. Like when they were interviewing him, he had poor body language. Like I look at that, I was like, yeah, this guy's not going to be a star quarterback right here.
And Jamon, I didn't see that post about the
Jason Campbell.
Huh?
I was about to say, I looked at Jamon's post about Jason Campbell. Jason Campbell, I feel like would have been good if he didn't have like 30 offensive coordinators and head coaches in like 3 years.
That was Haskins a little bit too. Haskins, and within 8 games, had 4 different offensive coordinators. But I mean, it's a lot. Other than what's the difference between Jason Campbell and Dwayne Haskins? Jason Campbell really cared. He actually tried to put in the work. Haskins just wasn't motivated enough and didn't care enough. I guess he's so used to being spoon-fed and being the man everywhere he went. He got to the NFL, thought he wouldn't need the work ethic, and didn't put it. So that's the big difference between Jason Campbell and Dwayne Haskins. They both were set up for failure, but at least Jason Campbell tried. Haskins didn't necessarily try. That's the big difference.
Yo, and Jason Campbell is part of possibly actually, it is my most favorite college football team ever. That Auburn team, Jason Campbell, Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams. I love that team. And I love Jason Campbell already before he got drafted because of that. So look, I was a Jason Campbell fan, and I thought he would have done better. Like I thought those 2 running backs would have done better too. But yeah, Cadillac Williams.
I forgot about Cadillac Williams, bro.
He was like my favorite player when I was a kid. Cadillac Williams, just the name, and then like he was a beast in Auburn. Crazy. And then when I watched Auburn for Cadillac Williams, that's when I discovered Ronnie Brown was nice too.
And you're not talking NBA Ronnie Brown too. You talking about NFL. Because when you said that, I immediately thought of Duncan Ronnie Brown, defensive Duncan Ronnie Brown from the NBA. Well, I don't know what happened to him. Rich asked what happened to YFN Lucci. So basically, first of all, Jones, I think I did read it, but I just didn't understand it. So I was like, man, I gotta keep going. Lucci was the driver when him and his friends pulled up on some enemies and shot at them. They didn't kill any of the enemies. The enemies returned fire, killed YFN Lucci's homeboy, and then instead of taking his homeboy to the hospital, they just left him somewhere to die so that they wouldn't get caught and go to jail. And so now YFN Lucci's being charged for murder for pulling up on somebody else, doing a drive-by, and only his friend is the only one that got shot and died, and now he's going to jail for murder. I mean, out bad in like 8 different ways. And then he was the driver, so it wasn't even like he was the shooter or nothing. So like, and that's why Thug keep the pressure on him. Thug already knew Lucci wasn't about anything he was saying. So that's why Thug stay on Lucci's neck so much right there. That's why nobody ever says YFN Lucci run Atlanta, run South Atlanta, nothing. We all already know. When nobody was surprised by these news. Tim Tebow had one good playoff game. He was not okay. Isaiah, right. I think I'm behind.
A good playoff game. It was the defense. It was the defense. He made like 2 good throws, and everybody loved Tim Tebow. What was that defense? That defense was ridiculous.
Oh, it was legendary. That defense was crazy. If you go look at all the players that were on that current team, I mean, the fact that Cam Newton was on the bench, Aaron Hernandez, I think, was there. That team was wild, bro. That was a crazy team. Who was all on that?
Oh, you talking about the Broncos? I was talking about the Broncos, but even Florida too. I was talking about the Broncos.
Yeah, I was talking about Florida. Oh yeah, the Broncos defense
game
was nasty. They carried him the whole way. He couldn't throw a spiral. Him and Denard Robinson could not throw a spiral. Like literally, I swear.
First round. This is why he won a playoff game, but still couldn't get a job the next season.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Exactly. Because everybody knew. They just, I hate when people try to outsmart people. That was a classic case of, I think I'm smarter than 31 other GMs. 31 other GMs think Tim Tebow won't be it. And they're like, nah, we're going to make sure he's it.
It's because you're a protege of Belichick. That decision.
Just think you just a genius. And I'm not sure. I think the friend may have already been dead. So they were like, there's no point of us taking him to the hospital and then us possibly going to jail. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But it's still crazy that you pull up on people, you shoot first, you don't kill any of them, but they kill one of yours. So, hey, man, Thug and them wasn't going like that. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug and his folks wasn't going like that. They returned fire immediately. And yeah, Wyatt Lucci is sadly from Atlanta. I guess we got to claim him. I guess we got to claim. I don't know what that was. Aaron Hernandez. Bro, have you seen that Florida team? Matter of fact, go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to go look for that Florida team, bro, because that team was crazy.
They had Percy Harvin as well.
Yeah.
Yo, just like, if you just see pictures, like, even though I watched that team back then, I mean, they were winning championships for a reason. But just looking back, it was like, wow, they really did have all these players. They had the Pouncey twins. Yo, that team was ridiculous. Man.
Bro,
at the same time, we are going to look at Alabama that same way too. But yeah, you got it?
Yeah, hold on. Add the stream. Bro, we're not even thinking about the random, like Janoris Jenkins.
I remember him. Chris Brady.
Yeah, Carlos Dunlap. Like, this is so random. Riley Cooper.
Will Hill.
Riley Cooper.
Oh yeah, Riley Cooper.
That was a chaotic team. There was racism and everything on that team, boy. Jordan Reed.
Racism. You had a serial killer. You had, and then you have a person who's a. Then you have a person who could be a pastor, and Tim Tebow.
Yeah, it was like, wow. They had a serial killer and a pastor. Yeah, this locker room crazy. Locker room crazy, bro. Let's keep going, bro. It's wild how many like big names they had.
And you got Percy Harvin, who like did just him in the locker room speaks for itself. Throwing weights at people. John Bostic.
They had John Bostic, Mike Pouncey, both of the Pouncey brothers.
The Pouncey twins. They had the Pouncey twins,
bruh,
or brothers. Yeah, I think they're brothers, but
this is ridiculous. I can go. Hold on. If they're both freshmen, they are. Nah, redshirt freshman and junior. Hold on, bro. It's a lot going on. Aaron Hernandez, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. And Cam Newton was there before he got released for stealing a laptop, bro. Like this team
Cam was there.
And Cam Newton too, bro. This
that locker room,
crazy.
They need what they did with the Last Dance on this Florida team. I'm interested to see what's in this.
Real,
like what was going on in this locker room. Percy Harvin, Joe
Hayden. But this is wild. This team was like, they had no idea.
Like up there, you see up there, Cameron Newton. Like scroll up.
I didn't even notice him. Cam Newton, College Park, GAI. I mean, where we at, bro? This is crazy, bro. This team was so talented. It was just too many different personalities clashing. Like you said,
you know what? Urban Meyer Mike got the job just because of this. Like, how did you manage his locker room, by the way?
Like, how did they not explode until they got to the NFL level? How were you managing these guys in college when you're supposed to be your wildest years, you're partying and all of that? How did he manage all of these guys to keep them relatively in place enough?
You know what? Yeah, just looking at this makes me more assured that Jaguars made a great hire. I'm not really too high on very successful college coaches getting an NFL job, because outside Pete Carroll it really doesn't work. But hey,
But yeah,
Urban Meyer
Urban
might
Meyer
be
is a
that
different
Pete
case.
Carroll.
Yeah, Urban Meyer. Yeah, Urban Meyer is a really good hire. And then Urban Meyer with Trevor Lawrence. Come on now. With potentially Jay Gruden as the offensive coordinator. Jay Gruden is a good offensive coordinator. He's a bad head coach. He's a good coordinator, just like Dan Quinn. I'm actually really upset the Cowboys. I'm really upset the Cowboys got Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator because he's a terrible head coach, great defensive coordinator, and he just went back to doing what he does best with the Cowboys. So that sucks for us. Matt Rule is doing pretty good. We'll see about Matt Rule. We got to see about him. I didn't even love Matt Rule coming out of college like that.
Why did I feel like they had more NFL players than this though? I felt like they had more.
It did seem like it was more top to bottom than this. This was way top heavy. But even then, this is still crazy.
2007.
2007. Let me see what's going on.
Is that when they had Chris Leak on the roster? That was probably 2006. When Chris Leak was the starter, Tim Tebow was the backup, Cam was the third string. It was like worst to best on that depth chart. The best guy was the third string.
Literally
the worst guy was the starter.
Hey, bro. So do we fault Urban Meyer for that? Like, how we feel about that? How we then again, Tim Tebow was younger. Yeah, Tebow was younger. You got to earn it, type of thing.
But that's the same mistake that Georgia made. Just the difference is Florida still won a national championship. So
yeah, boy.
Nobody said anything about that.
Oh boy. Yeah, bro. These teams were just top heavy. It wasn't even like they were just great top to bottom, like Alabama teams.
It was like Alabama, where their backups are future superstars in the NFL.
But Devontae Smith was on that same Alabama roster last year.
Derek Harvey was a locker room too, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was. He from Greenbelt, Maryland too. So people from the DMV already know about that. Yeah, he's kind of a troublemaker too. That's pretty funny. Yeah, the difference between Alabama and Florida is that Alabama. Remember, Devontae Smith was the fourth string wide receiver last season, and then he went and won the Heisman this year. Like, that's the difference between Alabama and what Florida was doing back then.
Maybe Riley Cooper wasn't showing his racist tendencies here because you had Percy Harvin in his locker room. You know how crazy Percy Harvin was. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to chill. Yeah,
the fact that Percy Harvin isn't your worst locker room character is just wild. Maybe not even top four.
And then your tight end. We already know what the tight end is. So yeah, I was like, I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill.
How's your tight end?
Not saying anything about black people. I'm good.
How is your tight end a serial killer, your receiver's racist, and then your quarterback is a pastor? How does that happen? How does that happen?
For 30.
And your backup 5-star quarterback is still in laptops. Like, how? I'm just so
we need
confused.
That 30 for 30.
We gotta have that, bro. That has to be the most interesting. Yeah, bro. That's the most interesting college football roster of all time, bro. You can't convince me otherwise.
Interview Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer, like what went on, like during this locker room, and Percy Harvin. Just interview them. Look, if they bring Riley Cooper in too. We need to know.
What did they talk about at dinner, like in the cafeteria or in practice? What did Riley Cooper, Aaron Hernandez, Tim Tebow, and Cam Newton talk about? And Percy Harvin? And Mike Pouncey too. What did they talk about?
Watching that Aaron Hernandez documentary too, Aaron Hernandez and Tim Tebow used to go to bars together.
What did they talk about? Music? That's the only thing they have in common: football and music.
But say Aaron Hernandez, Aaron Hernandez, good friend with Tim Tebow.
Could Tim Tebow not stable?
Maybe he needed that positivity in Tim Tebow, like to be around him.
And then once Aaron Hernandez went to the draft, went to the NFL, he didn't have Tim Tebow to calm him down and talk him out of his bad decisions.
Home. He's from Connecticut. He went to New
England, Dang, he's like a case in point of how you should never draft a hometown guy. I mean, I don't say never do it, because it works out a lot. Chase Young, even in the DMV, it works out really well. But he's case in point of how bad it can get. Because literally, if he would have went to any other team, he wouldn't have been in those shenanigans. More than likely.
Well, if you look at if they were like Aaron Hernandez was having problems in high school with gangs and all that. At least that's what it said in the documentary. So if you know that when he was back in Connecticut, he was having problems with that. Drafting him there is not a good thing.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Literally,
they
31
show
other teams, he might
they
have been
show bad
straight.
tendencies in their hometown when they were in their hometown. Then if you happen to be in that player's hometown, don't draft them because he's just going to go back.
Literally, you can draft hometown guys, but not hometown guys with a bad past in their hometown.
I mean,
Aaron
Kevin Durant
Hernandez
did have a bad pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin Durant did have a bad pass, but he said specifically he didn't want to go to Washington because he didn't want to go back to that.
You don't want to deal with the friends that like you don't really rock with. They're gonna ask you for money all the time and ask for favors all the time and stuff like that. You don't even want to put up with that. If you don't feel like managing that, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, you prefer not to. Of course, you don't have a decision unless you're like KD, where you're a free agent. Yeah, bro. People don't feel like dealing with that, especially when you're from the hood, like a KD, where everybody from the hood gonna want you to support them and stuff like that. Generally, not everybody's gonna be that much of a mooch. Maybe that's how they would have been with him. But some people can go and play for their home city and their hood supports them and like do what you got to do, support us when you can, but no pressure type of thing. It's not the case always, but I can see how it can be the case sometimes. And like we've been saying, Aaron Hernandez could have gone to 31 other teams. He wouldn't have been able to get mixed up in that stuff unless maybe in the summer, if he would have went back to New England during the summer, maybe.
When he was there, we didn't know anything about that until it happened. We liked him when he was there. He was good until that happened.
Yeah, and literally.
Man, this is the most I talk about Aaron Hernandez since. Yeah, since that era. Yeah, let's change that topic. I don't want to talk about Aaron Hernandez.
But that Florida team is wild, bro. That Florida team is insane. I mean, Tim Tebow, the fact that he's like literally like it would be different if Tim Tebow was just a normal good guy. He's like literally the face of being Christian and in everything right. Like it's bro, that is wild. Like
and then you have all these negative players on your team.
Criminals. Cam Newton was probably the least bad. Cam Newton stole a laptop and tried to throw it out a window. So
he was the one that got kicked out.
Yeah, how Cam Newton get kicked out at everybody? Serial killers, racists, bullies.
You got guys throwing weights at people and like Percy Harvin throwing weights at people in practice, in training. And then he's the one that gets out, that goes.
I hate it, bro.
Wasn't Percy Harvin like bipolar or something? I forgot. I think they had crazy.
Something crazy. Something relatively like he got a screw loose or something like that. But yeah, bro, that we need that 30 for 30, like for real, like right now, immediately. I need that 30 for 30. Gibson, but moved to DMV. Wait, when did he move to DMV? Because it says he was born in Georgia and went to high school in Georgia. Did he go for like a little bit in the middle or something that I'm missing? Because he went to school in Memphis. That's the only reason I super know about him, because my boy Jam that's from Memphis was always talking about Antonio Gibson and Tony Pollard, and now Antonio Gibson sat behind him. Am I missing something? When did he I thought he was born and raised Georgia and then just went to school to Memphis. When did he ever go to DMV? I don't know. Whatever. I just know he from Georgia too, though. Kigato is wrong with all of those people, please. Yeah, his family love Virginia. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking on Wikipedia, so I don't know. It may not be factual. But yeah, no, this team is wild, bro. It's just
Alabama, probably not the personalities. We don't look at this Alabama team the same way, because like you said, Devontae Smith was a 4th string receiver. Yo, like, I just wonder what goes on in practice in Alabama. Like, you got these 5-star, you got guys who get no playing time in practice, and they're still like better than 80% of the people at their position in college football who get no playing time, and then they get no playing time. It's crazy.
2018 Alabama, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Surtain, Jerry Jeudy, Devonta Smith, Trevon Diggs, Josh Jacobs chilling. Mac Jones is the backup. Henry Ruggs.
NFL players like off the bat. This is like I'm saying, this is worse than Florida. We all see NFL players off the bat. Tua, Deontay Thompson,
McKinney. Deontay Thompson is supposed to be great. That's crazy. Jalen Waddle,
who was like 3rd string or something.
Najee Harris was just backup, just a straight backup, chilling.
Like third string back.
Third string.
Yo,
Bro, there's a
what the
Mac
hell
Wilson.
practices are? It's like these guys getting no playing time and still like one of the top players in college football.
Bro, the practices were crazy, bro. Damian Harris.
Brandon
chilling.
I think Brandon Bishop is
Bishop. Let's see. It's bad, bro. Christian Miller, I forgot about him. Let's see. Where we at?
5-star prospects everywhere.
Oh, y'all these got 4 or 5 stars. Alex Leatherwood, our boy Ross Pierschbacher, Jonah Williams, Jedrick Wills.
Oh my goodness.
Golly, man. It's ridiculous, bro. Irv Smith. Oh, our boy. Oh, Hell Hinges play. I forgot about that. Let's see.
Who was Chris Golden? Who was Chris? All these talented receivers. Who is Chris Golden? What?
Yeah, I don't even know. 6'5".
Where's he on the depth chart?
Wait, where did he go?
Where's he on the depth chart? You got all these. You got Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs. Where is he on the depth chart? Yo,
Quinnen Williams,
Raekwon Davis. And then the coaching staff too probably got like NFL head coaches.
Oh yeah, the coaching staff is crazy. Nick Saban. Where they at, bro? I know there's a few head coaches around here. Am I missing something? We might have to go back a little bit further. Let's go to, because I know we took Kirby Smart and stuff. So let's go to 2016. Yeah. That's probably more accurate. 2016 is probably gonna be like, nah, man, it ain't no way.
Are going to see all NFL players from like 1 to like 70.
Jalen Hurts, Calvin Ridley, Eddie Jackson, Shaheem Carter, Ronnie Clark, Trevon Diggs.
Calvin Ridley leaves. You get back in Devontae Smith. Jerry Jeudy is still on the team. You get Jalen Waddle. Like, oh my goodness.
Deshaun Hand, Reuben Foster, Bo Scarborough. This is crazy. Adarius Stewart, I remember you.
He was supposed to be good.
Yeah, he was supposed to be really good. Ronnie Harrison, Cam Sims, our boy.
Yeah, Cam Sims.
Shondell Hamilton was supposed to be.
He was actually part of Alabama. If he would have stayed, he would have got no playing time, given who came in.
Ryan Anderson, Josh Jacobs. Look at Josh Jacobs with the afro. Marlon Humphrey, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Matt Wilson, Rashawn Evans,
and Marlon Humphrey, Minkah Fitzpatrick on the same team.
Bro, this is ridiculous, bro. Damian Harris.
Young Damian Harris when he was getting no playing time.
Let me see. Hunter Bryant. I forgot about Bryant.
Yeah, I forgot about him too.
He played for Alabama? He played for Alabama? I missed that. Did he?
You're saying Alabama got so many talented players. You forgot some players in that NFL that play for Alabama.
Wasn't like Alvin Kamara supposed to go to like Alabama or something, but it didn't work out?
Yeah, he did it. I think he wasn't he in Alabama, but like he transferred.
So Hunter Bryant and Alvin Kamara transferred. Josh Pugh, I remember Josh Pugh. I don't know what happened with him. Dalvin Tomlinson.
Oh my god, Dalvin Tomlinson.
Tim Williams. He was supposed to be really good.
He was.
This is really wild. Okay, Josh. Jonah Williams. Cam Robinson. Yeah, this is ridiculous. The defensive linemen are going to be the funniest, though.
And I forgot Irv Smith went to Alabama. I forgot about
Irv Smith. I'm not going to lie. OJ Howard. Let me see. All right, here we go.
Boy, he was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to be really good. Quinnen Williams, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, Raekwon Davis. Come on now, bruh. Then look at this. Nick Saban, Jeremy Pruitt. Come on now, bruh. When did Kirby Smart leave?
I think
this
2015. 2015. I think it's first year as Georgia coach.
First year. Yeah. Let me see. Let me scroll straight to coaches. This is funny though. This is crazy. Lane Kiffin, you can't forget Lane Kiffin.
So is it
maybe
2014? Has it been that long? Has it been that long?
And I swear it wasn't that long, bro. It really doesn't feel like we've had Kirby Smart that long. Yeah, Derrick Henry just chilling. Eddie Jackson,
Jake Elton was supposed to be good.
Amari Cooper. Yeah, now this time Kenyon Drake, I forgot about him and Reggie Ragland.
Powder Springs, Alabama really. They just got the best receivers. Like they always top, receiver prospects. And I don't think it's even them really developing them. They just get elite receivers that come from high school.
Literally. I mean, you can't miss with some of these 5-star, 4-stars that be recruiting. You already know coming out of high school they're gonna be great.
Jake Long. I
forgot about him too. Bruh, Isaac Lotta, he transferred? Am I tripping? I thought Isaac Lotta playing for Iowa, bro. They just have so much talent. People gotta leave to even get noticed. Oh, Eric Kwanjo, our boy. Jerron Reed, I remember you. John, that's just ridiculous. And they didn't show the coaches this time. They hate it because I really feel like Kirby Smart had to been there at that point. And appreciate you, Pedro. My boy Pedro. You said what were you about to say?
I say go to coaches. Or I don't know if they'll show there's a coaches menu like right by rosters above.
Oh,
above. Like say roster
coaches right here.
Okay, I guess they only show. I guess you can go year by year.
Yeah, because what? Like I could have sworn.
They got the best everything. Yeah, Pedro, they got the best everything. But it's just something about the receivers. They always get it's okay. So top 5 receivers in the league right now. Well, Julio. Well, at least before the injury, Julio is one of them. But top 15 receivers, you can always put Julio, Calvin Ridley. Amari Cooper's in there. Devontae Smith will be in there soon. Jerry Jeudy will be in there soon. It's just receivers. They have super elite wide receivers. But yeah, you can say it with our defensive line too. You say that with Alabama as well.
Oh yeah, defensive line and linebacker. Hold on, we're gonna go straight to wide receiver U, and then we're gonna come back. USC. I mean, are we talking throughout history or recent?
What year is this article? Yeah,
I was gonna say it's a 2020 article. That's what I'm saying. Are we saying all throughout time or because Alabama got it?
Alabama just got in there. If you're talking about
2020
few years, then Alabama's number 1. No,
question. I don't like this. I don't like this. This list
is fun. Or you can say Clemson. You can say Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson boy. They don't even have. They have Clemson number 10. Yeah, this ain't it. Alabama number 8.
Probably all.
This ain't it. This is all time
based off recency.
Yeah, this makes it way less fun like that though. Hold on, we're gonna have to find another one then. And make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Pedro Smith if you already haven't, man. Check out his live stream too. I was just there earlier, so make sure y'all pull up and definitely subscribe to my boy Pedro Smith. We gotta find something like recent. Can I type in recent or something? Gotta do recent. They got the best, not just wide receivers. They got the best everything, bro. Slick, bro. It's bad.
Which college football program is the modern U? Maybe that. Let's see.
Maybe modern. Let's try. Can we do current NFL players?
Okay, I can see that. Quarterback U, Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. I can see that.
Maybe. This might work. Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma got it on lock.
Florida State, Jameis Winston, Christian Ponder, he wasn't a good college of NFL quarterback. Oh yeah, they got Sam Bradford for Oklahoma as well.
Oh, so they do both. They do recent and then they do overtime. So this makes a lot more sense. Good. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is literally perfect. Then Alabama's running back you. Yeah, yes, sir. Alabama.
Well, yeah, Georgia's number 2. So Sonny Michel, Nick Chubb for Georgia.
Todd Gurley.
LSU number 3. I can see that as well. Leonard Fournette, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I was just about to say no Wisconsin, but they're number 8. I can't be mad at that. I mean, because their offensive line is ridiculous too. Oklahoma, Stanford, with Christian McCaffrey and Bryce Love carried Stanford. Without them, they're probably not even top 10 to be honest.
Yeah.
Auburn always has somebody at least relatively good. They may not be Alabama, Georgia good, but it's always somebody. Because like even Kerryon Johnson, whatever his name was from Auburn that went to the Lions, he didn't turn out great, but he was really good in college type of thing.
Mostly because of injuries, though. He would have been good if it wasn't for the injuries because he was good early in his career. Injuries hurt him. J.J., they mentioned him. What happened to J.J.?
Nah, I forgot about J.J. He was great for like a couple of years in fantasy.
Yeah.
Rico, you live streaming the football? More than likely. I don't want to guarantee it, but I more than likely will live stream the Super Bowl. Wide receiver, you Clemson, Ohio State.
I can feel that. I don't know about Ohio State over.
I think it's going to be because after, like, if we were to do this again after Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle are drafted, I think that would be enough to push Alabama to number one. I think that might be enough. But yeah, I mean, I can see Clemson got it though. Clemson been going crazy lately. Clemson got it. All right, tight end you, Stanford, can't be mad at that. Iowa got to be in it. I thought Iowa was number one. Iowa always has somebody. Miami, that makes sense. Notre Dame, that makes sense. Oklahoma, USC. Okay, I'm not mad at that. If OJ Howard were doing way better at the NFL level, maybe they go up higher than that for that. Because OJ Howard just hasn't done much for the NFL. What are we talking about this evening?
Yeah, so
that boy Smokes came back.
He just got unlucky too with the injuries.
Yeah. Notre Dame, Wisconsin off top. Off rip. Got to. I'm mad we're not in there, but hey, it's cool though. USC has Trent Williams. I can't be mad at that. I think our offensive lines overall are better. Maybe if they're talking about just pure like a talent that goes to the draft and dominates at the NFL level, then I can see maybe we're not top 10. But we consistently have a top 5 offensive line in college at least. So I'm a little disappointed, but it's cool. Notre Dame and Wisconsin off top though. Like they had to be top 3 immediately. Alabama is really good too. Ohio State produces theirs. Oklahoma's offensive line.
Is a pro gamer. What? That's random.
Like streaming. That's so random, but he sucks. Okay, that makes sense then. Defensive line is Alabama. We ain't got to talk about it. We don't even have to talk about
points, it. No question.
We don't even have to talk about it. We already know that, man. We already know that one, bro. There was no doubt about it, no argument.
This is how you could grade if a prospect could translate to the NFL. If they could go against the Alabama defensive line and succeed.
Yeah.
If they fail, okay, they might not translate to the NFL because the Alabama defensive line is literally an NFL. Alabama defensive line is literally an NFL defensive line. It's literally an NFL defensive line.
Literally.
If an offensive lineman does well against that defensive line, that means he'll succeed in the NFL.
Oh yeah, you're balling. Yeah, you're great. Rich said Iowa should be number 1 for tight ends. I agree, but hey, man, can't argue with whatever they got going on. Linebacker use Alabama too, bro. They put out that's crazy. Boston College is pretty kind of random, but it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Mark Kersley and probably some other players I'm missing.
They're not gonna hate on my Georgia though.
College free some linebackers.
They're not gonna hate on my Georgia though and put them at 8 like that. Like they're not gonna do that. But LSU, Alabama is crazy though.
I follow Boston College because they're in Boston, and I follow Boston College. They do get some linebackers.
They do. I mean, yeah, and we'll see what Michael Parsons does for Penn State. Defensive back, you got automatically without looking, LSU and Florida and Ohio State got to be in it.
There's a reason why that number 7 jersey for defensive back is so sacred for LSU. There's a reason why, because like defensive backs, it's a defensive back's number. You're the best defensive back. Usually gets that number 7 jersey. There's a reason why. It's like literally sacred for defensive backs to be LSU.
LSU, Alabama, and Ohio State off rip. Got to be. I can see Florida though, because Florida did do have a few. Some of them haven't been like absolutely like spectacular at the NFL level, but in college, Florida DBs have been ridiculous. Oh yeah, Luke Kuechly, went to BC, But they got linebackers, O-linemen. There's a bunch of 5th and 6th round picks though, no dynamic players. Yeah, and I think that's how it is.
They stay in the NFL though.
Yeah, they stay. Hey, LSU got some lockups, man.
Could have had like that serious injury like before he went to the NFL, he would have been a star player too. The fact that he was still on the Giants roster and still doing something for a period of time, that says a lot. Like, yeah, it wasn't just Luke Kuechly. Like, Luke Kuechly was a beast, but like Boston College did have some solid linebackers.
J-Mon said it's literally been 3 years since the Browns was 0.
It has been only 3 years.
And Carson Wentz was the best quarterback in the league.
What things can change in 3 years? Oh my goodness, things can change. Who would have thought when he saw Carson Wentz how good he was that year that he would be benched for Jalen Hurts?
Hey man, and if Trey Lance at least gives me 2017 Carson Wentz, but first of all, he's not injury prone like Carson Wentz even was coming out of college. So if we can get 2017 Carson Wentz without the injuries out of Trey Lance, it's Super Bowl. Period. They won a Super Bowl, and I think our roster overall may be a little bit better than theirs outside of Carson Wentz and outside of our quarterback situation.
I know the Browns are going to get stomped by the Chiefs, but I'm rooting for the Browns to win. I want the Browns. I'm rooting for the underdog, especially all that trash the Steelers been talking. I'm just wanting the Browns to win more. The Browns is the Browns, right? And did you see all this whole Chase Claypool mess?
Yo, yeah, I can't rock with him after that, bro. I didn't know he was a lame like that. Like, I don't know. He lame for that. Like, that was really petty, emotional.
And not just what he said about they're going to get clapped by the Browns. He like stood back by that statement, and he said that because he's saying that because the Browns were very unprofessional, like they were gloating about their victory. They were talking trash the whole time. I was like, isn't that what y'all been doing?
Didn't y'all start it?
This is why they're doing it, because y'all were doing that.
It's retaliation. They didn't start it. Yeah.
Juju said the Browns are the Browns. They said they're going to walk through them. They're not taking it that seriously. I was so when they started out like 28-0, I was happy. I was so happy. It's like all the trash the Steelers been talking. They thought they were going to walk through the game because Kevin Stefanski got COVID. They didn't have the defensive backs. They thought they're going to walk through the game, and look what the Browns
been without Odell most of the season. Yeah, man. I can't. I was rooting for
Odell. They're better without Odell.
It's kind of crazy that is kind of true. It's really sad. And what's to call it, bro? I can't rock with him. I didn't know he was that lame, bro. I was rooting for him. I like his talent, but personality-wise, the thing that like really gets me is that he was at home when he said that. So it wasn't even like fresh off the game, high on emotions. He had time to go to sleep. He had time to eat. He had time to distract himself, and he was still being petty and emotional. So I was like, yeah, I can't rock with him. He just lame for that.
When he heard him say that.
Yeah, bro. He a lame for that, man. That's everything I need to know about his personality for that, man. I can't root for him.
So if the Browns somehow miraculously, I don't think it's going to happen, but miraculously beat the Chiefs, that's going to be the tagline. Now you're going to hear Baker Mayfield coming to the locker room saying that, oh, yeah, we got clapped today, didn't we? We got clapped.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you already know. It's going to be a whole – they're going to trash talk the Steelers more than they're going to trash talk the Chiefs if they beat them.
Yeah.
Straight
I love it.
He said something's on the water over there. Wait, Pedro, you said play the video. How do y'all play videos in Streamlab to where people can hear it? Because I can't. I wish I could play the Cole Beasley rap. Nah, I'm good. Even though it was actually pretty good, but nah, I'm good. To break it down, cornerback LSU got it on lock, and Alabama definitely has the safeties because Minkah Fitzpatrick is a dog, bro.
Smoke said he has chin hair but no mustache. He's lame for that.
Steelers are the biggest group of undisciplined, spoiled brat receivers. They went from being troublemakers to straight divas. Because remember Martavis Bryant and Antonio Brown and everything. Now they went from that. I'll take Martavis Bryant and Antonio Brown being troublemakers over these divas that they got right now. I mean just straight emotional, weird, lame divas.
If they lose, and Tony Brown ain't gonna say something like that, he'll probably be on Instagram promoting his brand or whatever, but he won't be saying.
Yeah, he's not gonna be petty and sad about it. Because just saying that is just reflecting how sad you are, talking about y'all gonna lose anyway. But you're not the one doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go get Big Brother to do it. You gotta go get the Chiefs to beat them. Like, that's just not, bro. That's a bad taste in my mouth.
I don't know. Like, I mean. Is this part of the new generation? I mean, we're older than this generation now. Me and you, Rico, we are. this new generation just so like focused on social
Weird.
media, TikTok, and all that. So like,
Not
look,
everybody.
like Juju's
Ain't a real
22,
one.
Chase is like 21, I think. So
it ain't everybody though. It's just some of them. I mean, it seems like it's a higher percentage of them, but it's not everybody. Ant's a real one. I seen like Ant even talking like he don't even be on social media like that.
He's straight from Atlanta though. He's straight.
I mean,
he's
West Side Atlanta, so yeah, we already know that. But like he a real stand-up. Like he doesn't care about outside noise and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not his personality. He a real one. So it's not the entire generation, but yeah, a lot of people from that generation have some explaining to do.
Well,
Got
Kai,
a lot of explaining.
I was about to say what Chase Claypool said. He said in comments. He just said that well, he just said that the Browns are going to get clapped anyways by the Chiefs when he was on gaming when he was streaming.
And even Chase Young is their exact same age, and it just seems like he's 8 years older than them. He's literally 8 years more mature than them. So that's them more than anything else.
Leader. He's the Washington football team leader.
He's literally like Ray Lewis and Brian Dawkins as far as like the voice on the team. Like literally, it's ridiculous. And Chase Young knows how to have fun. He knows how to laugh. He jokes. He jones. He talks his trash, but he just does it in a more real way, like a more mature way. He's not a baby. He's not a lame. Because it just seemed like I don't know. Chase Claypool,
at first,
I don't like it.
I'm not with the TikTok wave and everything. At first, I did like what Juju Smith doing because he looked like it was fun with the kids and everything. The Fortnite promotions and everything was fun with the kids. He's a young guy that's getting involved with the community. I like that. But just like the recent Juju Smith I've been seeing, dancing on opposing teams. Like he's doing TO stuff, dancing on opposing teams, logos. And then now he's trash talking.
Not even that. He's not even a receiver one. Why is he doing all of that, man?
You're barely number 2 at this point. Like Deontay Johnson, we can argue is better than you. Like
honestly, yeah, I used to like Juju and Claypool, so I knew their personalities.
Would you sign Juju? I mean, oh yeah, if this goes back to the Antonio Brown Juju Smith feud, are you signing with Antonio Brown now?
Oh yeah, because Antonio did hate it when Juju was still innocent. Antonio Brown hated and just called him out for no reason, just like a straight bully. He was mad at somebody else. He was mad at the Steelers, and then just randomly said something to Juju. And I was on Juju's side for that. But now that you're talking about it, I'm on Antonio Brown's side. Yeah, I'll take Antonio Brown over Chase Claypool.
What the Chase said: when the grasses are cut, the snakes will show.
Yeah, man, you got to mow the grass to see where the snakes is at. Yep. That's a real thing. Sammy Watkins said some silly stuff too about the Browns too. It's not just the age thing. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'd rather get Deontay Johnson. Same here.
I was about to say, would you sign Juju Smith to an extension, or would you let?
No,
and that's so crazy because his rookie year, he looked like a future star. That was so crazy.
Wide receiver 3 on your own team. Don't come over here with that. I mean, it's always a balance of talent and how much you tolerate. If he's talented enough for you to deal with to tolerate this much mess, then you'll deal with it. But for him, for what you got to tolerate to be above what his talent level is not worth it. Period.
That's true. That's true. I could feel that.
Not doing it. It'd be different if he was because even at his skill level, if he was just quiet and humble and didn't do all that dumb. I don't even like all this TikTok dancing, doing all these Atlanta dances in the camera and stuff like that people are always doing. It's always just a combination of like 5 Atlanta dances. People just look silly doing it. So even that.
I just looked at like, hey, that's fun for the kids. So if he's doing this to make the kids like him, get involved, like that's cool. But all that now trash talking and all that stuff, doing all that, and you're not even producing, I was like, okay, that's too much.
The combination of a bunch of Atlanta dances in front of a camera, usually in a bathroom, it's just so stupid. So that, and then just it's a whole lot of. If you tried to hit Vontaze Burfict head while Burfict was looking, he would have gotten murdered. Oh yeah, he would have gotten killed about that one. Seyi is a wizard. The reason my comments are getting deleted because my name was 1,000 subs with no videos. Wait, so really you literally changing your name fixed it? Boy, baby.
What I tell you?
Shammy was talking trash and got deactivated. I got deactivated. He said, "Don't be surprised if you see me doing them." It just seemed weird when it's grown men. If it's kids and women, like I don't know why it just doesn't seem as bad as like a grown man football player, Juju Smith-Schuster, with like 6'4", just like in front of a camera in the bathroom. Like, come on now.
It seems like I liked it at first. Like, I'm not saying I rock with, like, I'm gonna be doing that or anything, but I liked it just because I felt like it set a good example for like the younger generation for kids that he's getting involved with the community, getting involved with teenagers. Like I see him playing football with some like random kids in the mall. Like I say that's cool and all, but now when you're doing now when you dancing on opposing teams logos, you are trash talking opposing teams like you are like you are the star, like that.
Like he just it, like he just all that.
Yeah. Smoke said he's just corny. He's just corny. He's a
little lame too. Corny and lame, man. But you know, somebody can be corny, not be lame. That Chase Claypool thing was like that ain't it, bro. Like I can't rock with him after that. I can deal with you being corny. That's like perfectly fine.
After that, I was like, man, you on that Juju when he said that. Like that sounded more like what I expect Juju would say, not him.
Bruh. Just ridiculous, bruh. Yeah. I can take corny. I don't even care about corny. But lame, like you being weird, like nah, that ain't it. If you ever watch those games, yeah, but still his Bengals is different. Would you trade a 3rd round pick for James Washington? I don't know. I have to think of that. I haven't paid much attention to James Washington really since he left Oklahoma State. I just haven't really watched him like that. Y'all think Fabian Moreau is staying? I hope so. I hope we just pay him a little bit, not a lot. I don't even see where he would even come up out his mouth to be like, pay me big money, because he hasn't done much yet. He's gonna get a nice deal. He's gonna get a nice deal and go back outside and watch. I would be interested in seeing what he does.
They got the most unlikable players in the NFL. Like it's so easy to hate the Steelers. They got the most, like everybody's there is unlikable. Ben Roethlisberger is unlikable. He's like,
people even hated James Harrison. Wait, what happened to Seyi? Seyi, you good?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good.
But yeah, people even hated James Harrison during his prime and stuff like that.
Yeah, James Harrison's was unlikable. The receivers are usually unlikable. I mean, well, Antonio Brown was likable at first until we really got to know who Antonio Brown's personality was behind the camera, and like, okay,
Florida produces some. I don't know, man. I don't want to categorize an entire state, but Florida be tripping, bro. It's always a headline.
Why do you think Florida man's a legit thing?
It's a thing, bro. Like T.O.'s from Florida. Ocho Cinco. No, wait, T.O. might not be from. I think he might be, but I know Chad Ocho Cinco is from Florida. Let me check Terrell Owens. Let me see. It's a lot of people. Micah. What's it called? Micah. What's his name? Dallas Cowboys receiver. Irvin. Why is his name slipping on my? I guess. Michael Irvin. He's from Florida. Oh no, Terrell's from Alabama. Okay, never mind. But like it's a bro. Like Florida just. Chris Johnson's from Florida. Like it's just, bro. I would rather keep Fab over Darby. Nothing against Ron. He's just too small and gets beat. Yeah, I really hope Ronald Darby's not going to be out here demanding big money. Gave him the number 2 spot and he flaked. Okay, cool. So I haven't really kept track of James Robinson. That's why I couldn't answer that question. Michael Irvin, thank you. It's a rookie salary cap. Trevor has his salary cap in place. Yeah, it's not really up to the Jaguars to really decide that. Still, his whole team will totally collapse in a year, maybe 2. They will completely shatter. I can't wait. It's hard not to read anything that starts with Florida man. It's always something crazy. Florida man sets himself on fire while trying to burn down a daycare. Like it's just always something stupid. And these are actual headlines. Florida man fights alligator to get his toy truck back. Like it's literally dumb stuff that's like it wouldn't happen anywhere else. New York City and the state of Florida have the funniest headlines in America, period. It doesn't get any more random and funny than those 2 places. I'm pretty sure if you just have the police radio tuned to Florida and New York while you're just chilling, you're going to die laughing. There's always something. Don't forget about Hines Ward. He was dirty too. Oh, yeah, he used to hit people like from behind on punt returns and when he was helping block for a running back or a receiver. Yeah, Hines Ward didn't care. And that's a Georgia guy too, but I hated the fact that he used to hit people so hard from the side and behind. He was king blindside block.
I don't know how he did that, but also maintained a very positive image outside of football field.
I don't know how he did it. I have no idea how he did that. Wait, I mean, he still doesn't. What can we do to trade up for Trey? I did a whole video on that, man. I did a whole video of all the trade up scenarios. Like one, I think it was we had to give away our 19th pick, a 3rd, and a 5th, and we can move up to number 10, something like that. It's not even much, honestly. I mean, he isn't worth 20 mil. No one pick gonna get about 36, 38 mil and about 25 mil guaranteed. Thank you, Smokes. Cash trade, 1st and a 3rd. Crackbacks were legal. Yeah, they were legal back then, but boy, he took more pride in it than most people. Like he was purposely trying to hurt people. And again, that's a Georgia Bulldog, but I can't defend him. But yeah, they had to make that illegal. I'm pretty sure Hines Ward was one of the main reasons why they were like, all right, bro, you can't hit people unless you're in front of them. One day, Ray Lewis got totally wrecked by Hines Ward. But he was knocking. He didn't care who it was. Anybody can get knocked out. Anybody can get it. Collins Roger and Taylor stayed throwing nice crackbacks. Yeah, we had a few of them too. I can agree with that. King Fabian Rowe is good, but he's not worth 20 mil. Oh yeah, no, there's no way we're paying Fabian Rowe 20 mil. They're definitely not. Well, I can agree with that. King Sean good. What's it called? Golden Tate did that also. You think Stafford will make us Super Bowl contenders? He's a good chance, but I prefer long term. I don't want to flash in the pan. I mean, I like Matthew Stafford. Again, Georgia guy right here. If anybody would want him just off of bias, it's me. But I just don't want to like depend on him to be great for maybe the next 3-4 years. I want like a Trey Lance or Zach Wilson or somebody where it can be like the next 10 to 15. You know what I'm saying? But Matthew Stafford is good enough to where if we build the team right, we can win a Super Bowl with Matt Stafford. If you can win a Super Bowl with Alex Smith, you can easily. Matt Stafford is way better than Alex Smith ever dreamt of being.
What I feel like y'all should do, honestly, with how Taylor Heinicke was, if y'all can't get a quarterback this draft, just have Taylor Heinicke for another year and then wait for the next draft.
I'll take Trey Lance to learn behind Taylor Heinicke for a year. That's my ideal situation.
I can't get Trey Lance because that 19 pick is gonna be hard. Because look, teams that want a quarterback are not, but teams who want a quarterback are not going to trade down. And if you guys are going to try to trade up, there's the Patriots. There's a whole bunch of other teams trying to trade up. So
yeah, but a few of y'all might get one in free agency though. That's what I'm hoping. And I believe if Ron Rivera and Scott Turner loves Trey Lance enough, they'll trade up like top 7 if they have to get him. Maybe even potentially top 5. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? If they love a guy type of thing. If they love him. They may not like him that much.
Speaking of quarterback trades, did you see the Deshaun Watson tweet?
Oh, yeah, he's done. That man done. He said he went from 2 to 10.
Oh, yeah. So
tired of it.
You know the origin of that tweet? You know what the origin is, right?
Was D-Hop, right?
Oh, yeah. 2 was D-Hop. They said the sources that Deshaun Watson's ankle level was at a 2 because of DeAndre Hopkins trade, but it said right now it's a 10, and then he confirmed it right now.
Yeah, he tired of it, bro. And he said it's just because of the organization. They hired a GM without his consent. It looks like they're not even going to try to hire Eric Bieniemy, who he wanted. So yeah, he's done. I'm not sure if he's going to pull a full blown James Harden. But I think he's gonna do whatever he can to try to get out of there.
Davis Pelicans level right now, because this is what Anthony Davis was doing. He wasn't all out like Harden, but he was doing like these subtle like social media shots. He was liking like tweets. It was liking posts about him being traded to the Lakers. He appeared on LeBron James' show.
Going up there liking a lot of stuff. Deshaun Watson liked something from the Brigham and Gold.
He liked
something from the Dolphins. Yeah, he liking a lot of stuff out here.
When Andre Johnson told him not to hold back, he liked the Instagram post.
He's liking anything that has nothing to do with Houston. Anything, literally anything.
Yeah.
Johnson.
You think he's actually gonna get traded, or Houston texts him just gonna hold him hostage there?
I mean, I don't know why you would want it. I know he's so talented.
fourth year in the league? He still hasn't been in the league that long. It's his fourth or fifth year. He still hasn't been in the league that long.
But boy, a disgruntled quarterback. Like, what if he just like purposely lose? You're not gonna win a Super Bowl with him. Know that. You can win games, but you're not winning a Super Bowl.
Is he gonna come the next season out of shape and go to strip clubs? That's what he's gonna do?
Houston is top 3 in strip clubs. Houston's top 3 in strip clubs. It's not Atlanta, but they're right there with him. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's what James Harden actually did. That's what James Harden did. You see how out of shape James Harden. I mean, we showed a picture, but like just seeing it again, like you see how out of shape James Harden was.
Bruh, he had to put something on to be that big. It was like he added clothes under his shirt because there was no way he was that big.
Oh, I gotta send you a picture. You could even put this on the channel. Let me send you a picture.
What you gonna? Do you already have it, or are you gonna Google it? Because I can just go ahead and find it. Let me find Twitter.
I don't know where to find it, but I already have it. I just sent it to you.
You already sent it? Let me see.
Oh no. Ooh, I sent it to the wrong. Person.
Somebody confused. Somebody confused. Where we at? Nah, I'm gonna find it, bro. Or you about to send it right now? As soon as you send it, if I don't. I'm surprised somebody doesn't have it.
But we didn't talk about that trade. We didn't talk about this trade. So
we got to.
At first, I thought the Rockets got fleeced because I didn't know all the picks that Brooklyn traded were unprotected. But all the picks that Brooklyn traded are unprotected. They traded the 2022 first round pick, which is probably going to be a late first round pick. They traded 2024 first round pick and a 2026 first round pick. And you know why they had to skip a year, right? Because
why?
Because the NBA made a rule where you can't trade consecutive year first round picks.
Oh, because of the Nets. Because of the Nets. Yeah, they're doing it again. They tried to at least.
Yeah, so now they had to skip a year, but also they did it unprotected again, like they did with that Celtics trade. So now they got a 2026 first round pick. The Rockets got a 2026 first round pick. Kyrie Irving's not even here right now. And they got a 2026 first round pick.
And honestly, with KD and James Harden, they're gonna be really good for like a little while or whatever. But I think by 2026, that team might be in rebuild mode again, and that will be a really good pick by then, probably.
Durant is 32 years old, coming off an Achilles injury. How we know how good it'll be in 5 years? Yeah, and Harden is 31. Kyrie is 28.
Yeah. I forgot James Harden was 31.
But Kyrie said like years ago he will probably retire at 29, and he's not here now. So.
Yeah, bro, this is dead. Oh yeah, somebody says I saw F like the F word and then B, which stood for black. That's all I saw. I didn't even read the rest. Help me find. Yeah, Kyrie. I don't know what's going on. He said he's willing to come back now that they have James Harden, but he has to wait because first of all he violated COVID, all of that stuff. So he has to wait a little while, and then they fined him like $50,000. He should have been fined more than that because that's just so stupid. Yeah, so I'm trying to find the actual picture, bro. It was like James Harden weight, and it was crazy. It was something like, what was that?
Mark Henry comparison where they say it looked like Mark Henry.
No, I did not see that. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can find it. How people not? Oh, yeah. They had it as Mark Henry, then regular KD, and then the Kyrie Irving box was empty. It was just nobody there.
I got that picture too.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, James Harden. But I saw one more recently, like more recent than this, because this was a few weeks ago. It was one like the past week that like it was like really bad, and I was like, nah, bro, he stuffed his shirt or something. His shirt or something. I gotta find it.
Yo, you talk about players who give no Fs at all. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. This team give no F at like all three of them. Kyrie
Both
Irving
of
just
them.
like, you know what? I'm gonna dip like deuces. I'm out. But this random.
How you not
like,
show up, bruh?
Say
How
what?
do you just not show up? How do you just literally be like, I'm not going?
Really?
Like, how do you
Just
do
out
that?
the blue. Don't even tell anybody. Just out the blue. You just like, I'm out.
And then he
James
like
Harden
said,
over there. What you about to say?
I was about to, because he said like blatantly dissing Steve Nash. We don't need a coach. Like he don't even vibe with the coach. Like he blatantly disrespecting him. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
And then James Harden's going to come show up overweight. He's going to talk trash about his teammates purposely through the media, to the point where like John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, like they probably would have jumped him if he stayed that team longer. The way they were talking about him.
They would end up putting hands on that boy. But nah, it's even funnier too, because people have a good point. Kyrie left the championship winning Cleveland Cavaliers. Could have won more if he wanted to. Left them to go be star of his own show. Now he didn't want to be Robin. He wanted to be Batman. Now he's not even Robin. They say he's like Alfred the Butler or Commissioner Gordon. Like he's literally the third best player on the team. Like that's not okay. That's not okay at all. This backfired tremendously. Oh, what my mom sent me. Wait, that's the wrong thing. That's not, wait. Oh, I got to accept it. My fault. I got to accept it. Hold on. Save the downloads. Hold on. Let me accept it. Thank you, mommy. Hold on. Thank you, mommy. Yeah, this is the one I saw more recently. He looked even bigger. You see that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
There's no way, bro.
Yo.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way, bro. There's no way that's real, bro. There's a shirt. There's extra shirts in there.
That strip club food be hitting for real.
Yeah. There's extra shirts in there, bro. Thank you, mommy.
Like,
that, bro. Those are extra. There's got to be extra shirts, bro. There's no way he's that big, bro. So now I want to see his first eligible game to play. Is he gonna play well? Is he gonna be that big? I gotta see. Or was this just all a facade to get traded?
James Harden always came to the season out of shape. This is another level, though. This is another level.
Yeah.
Usually always comes to the season out of shape, but this is another level. But the thing with James Harden, usually plays himself into shape. But I don't know. He might be too far gone now, unless he might take him a month to get right. An extreme workout all of a sudden.
Did you see that interviewer ask him what his overall conditioning is right now? He said great and laughed.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, he said great.
You know what? I won't be surprised if Harden just gets back into shape by before the playoffs. Well, he was on his Vince Carter. I don't know if you know the Vince Carter story with the Toronto Raptors, but Vince Carter was like James Harden of today with Toronto Raptors. He blatantly forced his way to get traded. He purposely played like trash. What did he average? Like 17, 16 a game, shooting like under 40%. He purposely played bad. Like Harden purposely played bad. Because Harden, I think, went 8 straight games without scoring 20 points. Harden can score 20 points in his sleep. So if you're not scoring 20 with Harden, you are trying not to score 20. So he purposely played bad so he could get traded to the Nets. Harden did the same exact thing. Even if Harden's overweight, I still think he can average 25 a game. Like, he's that natural of a scorer. Natural of a scorer.
Now his post defense is going to probably be better, and his perimeter defense may get a little worse. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, the thing I worry about is, look, they traded Taurean Prince and Jared Allen, their best perimeter defender and their best interior defender. While they got James Harden, even though James Harden was a defender in OKC, and they trade Karis LeVert as well. But if you get Harden, Karis LeVert literally has no room anymore. Because LeVert needs the ball in his hands. You got 3 players that like to dribble for 30 seconds at a time. No, Karis LeVert have no room anyway, so you have to trade him. I'm just more worried about those picks. But Jared Allen, Taurean Prince, Karis LeVert, they got no bench. They really got no bench at this point.
And even with the starting lineup, like you started to talk about, it's only one ball. 3 of those guys. I mean, KD's we've seen.
If you had 3 basketballs, they would win a championship. If you
every time,
one basketball. Like what are the other 2 are going to be doing?
Because literally, if you think about it, James Harden is a better pure point guard, like passer than Kyrie Irving. So is Kyrie the 2?
He's the best passer. on offense, it's probably gonna be like that. It's kind of be like what the Cleveland Cavaliers were with LeBron James and Kyrie, where Kyrie was point guard by name, but LeBron was really a point guard and Kyrie was the shooting guard. It's probably gonna be the same thing too. But
Kyrie is arguably the best dribbler of all time. He's not going to be dribbling if James Harden is the one running a one.
They're
so
that
takes away
like dribbling.
Kyrie's best skill.
But one thing I heard on this podcast is that, you know what, Harden could probably change his game up now. Harden probably won't dribble like 30 seconds at a time. Harden will probably keep the ball moving now because he knows you got Kyrie and you got Kevin Durant. So he'll probably play more like OKC James Harden, but much better. But I don't know. We'll wait and see. If you play like 5-6 years, how many years he played in Houston playing that same way, it's gonna be hard to switch out of that. Especially when your former head coach is the assistant coach of this team. So it's gonna be hard. He went from
leading the league in usage rate to like going really far down for Westbrook. For KD, I would go down even more for KD, honestly.
Yeah.
I would KD take the will if you got to.
Westbrook, I mean, Durant and Irving are two much more efficient players than Westbrook. So, it could be positive. There's one thing I just don't like that they really mortgage your whole future away again for guys in their 30s. I mean, look,
it's New York. They want to sell tickets too. That's probably a part of it. It's New York. It's Brooklyn.
Tickets in the pandemic.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but they're just assuming it's going to get right. I guess
that's what I said with the Westbrook trade with the Wizards. How you sell tickets in the pandemic? What was the point? Like, there's no point.
It's a really good point, though. That's pretty funny.
But I don't say why Brooklyn make this because they feel like this could make them win. But I don't know. This is too much to give.
Flash in the pans, boy.
For a guy who wants to leave and for a guy who probably gets jumped by his own teammates, that's just too much to give. Like, I felt like they could have gave less because at this point, Harden was really forcing his hand to leave. I felt like at this point, Houston had no choice. Houston had no choice. They wanted their whole in it.
Getting all of those picks and Oladipo was great, bro. I like that.
Though in Houston, if I was Houston, I would have kept LeVert. I would have traded him for Oladipo. But I get it.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
Oladipo's an expiring contract. That's why they traded for him.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But LeVert, I feel like LeVert could be a legit superstar in the league. I'm really sure on Karis LeVert. There was this, like, he averaged 31 a game when Durant and Irving were in the lineup.
Yeah. But I just love the fact that Victor Oladipo is one of the better defenders in the league, athletic, and he's been getting better with shooting every year, getting his 3-ball up and stuff like that. I love Victor Oladipo, me personally. So
yeah, I like Oladipo too. I just love the upside of LeVert.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not mad at that.
My man, Houston, that 2026 number 1 pick, man, that might be a number 1 pick.
Bro, it's gonna be 2024, and we're gonna forget. We're gonna forget that they have that 2026 pick, just like how we did when we forgot. Oh, the Celtics still have those picks too. It's gonna be just like that 4 years from now.
For really. And then Houston got other picks from the other teams part of that 14 trade, so there wasn't just the Nets they got first round picks from. And then Celtics actually got offered by Houston. I think it was Jaylen Brown, some other player, and a couple of first round picks for James Harden, and they said no. Honestly, if it was Jaylen Brown, James Harden straight up, if I'm the Celtics, I'll still say no because of how good Jaylen Brown is playing, and he's only 23 years old, 23, 24. I was still,
and how he fits on your team with Jason Tatum, not being Super Bowl dominant, not like a Kyrie or James Harden, but he does
keeps the ball moving.
Yeah,
he still keeps the ball moving. Like we already seen with Kyrie with the Celtics, it didn't work out. So why would another ball dominant play like James Harden would work out?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you just basically be getting better Kyrie Irving, but still.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes, but Lakers are still the best team in the NBA for me.
Oh yeah. Lakers are still the team to beat. Until the Clippers can show us something, until the Nets can show us something, and the Bucks are struggling. The Heat, I don't know if they're just gonna get it together around playoff time like they did in the bubble. But right now it's the Lakers. Period. That's
what they need? You know what they need? That guy. They need that
Bradley Beal. I was seeing potential Bradley Beal trade offers, and somebody said that Like the Heat didn't want to give up as much as the Wizards were asking for, or something like that. That's what I saw.
I could see that, but Wizards. I mean, if I'm Bradley Beal, I'm pulling James Harden. I'll be going to strip clubs in DC or whatever, come up overweight and everything, talk trash about my players, to have Russell Westbrook talk trash about him, so I can force my way out too. He needs to get out.
And Jones said that's why I still got my Lakers beating them in the finals. Outside of KD, the Nets have no defense. James Harden is actually a pretty good defender when he cares. He just doesn't apply himself all the time. James Harden's actually, I think he led the league in steals last year. And I think I heard on First Take or something like that. Not First Take, Skipping Undisputed. Somebody said like he was third in like loose ball retrievals. Like when like the ball is on the ground, he was like the one hustling the most, like third and the most in NBA.
In terms of anticipation and just IQ, James Harden is one of the smartest players ever in the NBA, ever. That's why he gets so many fouls, and that's how he plays defense, using his IQ. So, and it was actually a very good post defender too. The reason why the Rockets play the way they did with no big man, because they know they can put Harden on like an Anthony Davis, and he can actually hold his own because he has his strength and he has an IQ. But like, when he cares, like I can see him playing defense, not at this weight, but once he gets in shape, I can see him
not like that. Not like that. Yeah, Smoke said if the Wizards trade Bill and we get stuck with Westbrook, I would be sick. That would be wild. No John Wall, no Bill, but Westbrook. You would have told me that 5 months ago. I would have thought somebody was definitely tripping. Super tripping. Niggas, but you know who else is athletic? Michael Westbrook is AI syndrome. Michael who? All right. But wait, it is 10:06, so time to dip up out of here. I gotta take the dogs out because I was just already over here bugging me. So man, y'all already know, man. We really appreciate y'all pulling up. We always have fun on here. Today was even like a little bit like more unique because it was like specific things to talk about. Because you know how we just be talking for 2 hours about anything. But these NBA trades made it more fun, and these football hires. So you know what I'm saying, we could probably even dive more into it next week. There'll probably be even more going on by the time next week comes. So we'll definitely get into that. So y'all already know, man. Every Friday, 8 to 10 p.m., man. Seyi, anything you want to say before we dip up out of here?
Man, I'm good. I'm just saying, Bradley Beal, love yourself, King. You gotta go. Got to be out.
Love yourself. You know your worth. You deserve.
Yeah,
you deserve better.
You got to be out. You deserve much better.
Oh yeah, Josh Harvey Clemens. He does have a lot of potential. I remember he added like 30, 40 pounds of muscle, but got hurt, so we never got to see what he could do. Because he was great in coverage, but he just wasn't a good middle linebacker because he wasn't able to bang up front and be able to take on block from them offensive linemen and get rid of them and bang with running backs and stuff like that. So we'll see about Josh Harvey Clemens. I forgot about him. That was one of my guys I really liked 3 years ago. But yeah, man, as always, man, Friday, 8 to 10 p.m., man, I'll catch y'all later. Definitely make sure y'all wish Seyi good luck on his job interview, and we'll see y'all next week, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He broke from 220 to 250 at 6'4". Yeah, bro. Josh Harvey Clemens might have potential. But, man, Seyi, definitely good luck on your interview. I hope you get it, and I hope traffic isn't as bad. I hope traffic is literally how it was on the Google Maps. I don't think it will be, but hopefully it will. Hopefully it will be. But there goes Jones. He said, good luck, Seyi. All right, y'all, man. We'll catch y'all next week, man. For real. And I will be live streaming Sunday 1 to 3, just like how we used to during the off season. We'll be live streaming.
Appreciate you, Smokes, too. It's an interview, though. It's an interview, though. I didn't get the job yet. So, look, like I say, not too high, not too low. Just got to make sure I have a good interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good luck to our boy, Seyi. Make sure y'all keep him in mind throughout this week. Hope you get the job interview. We'll hear the news on Friday. Well, if it's good, we'll hear the news. If it's bad, we may just not talk about it. We may just act like it never happened, so don't even ask.
Okay, I'll speak to existence, but yeah, all right, y'all.
I like that. All right, y'all, man. Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. per usual, man. Thank y'all.